And who says you can't non-residential, so I mean, say SLTs no account, companies are your money account.
It's not present kind. Some account, but I don't know, complicated kakra, and no, some no. Men person can want some tea because already no, a bit more no money, utility company not said that I negotiations be. Or more actually, almost so that, and no, they will have to sit down again and work that one out.
Okay, and for in we SLTs this in China, heavy consumers in the hotels, other small and medium scale enterprises, near the omugu to operate, because a binum to me consuming 600 kilowatts per hour, 700, 800. Absolutely. Omunyina enjoys 50% maybe.
Good news. It's a wonderful news from the president. Ubia Benyasa 50% off.
Okay. LPG so one thing a minister and saying NPA introduce new levy BMI LPG bo cost ro kakra. Minister say ma withdraw saade na ho nsem te saying.
But you say pepe. Say Ghana for e kasa wo ho bebre. Ama mpanifo so asote. Enti omo a withdraw. NP for a withdraw enti ene say no 9 cabinet ministers no ekwakoshia and one of the things that they will discuss it binum de omo court and no de minim say omo ye free court and say obasa asem na yatwe asan a na the court asem na say na hu asem bia ni faso bia se bekoso tie no asem no ewo ho.
But no the other question I maybe is when this directive say a ministry na atwe asan no it be taking retroactive effect and by this now I mean say or more ato LPG in the last 1 week are mono at the new price. Now what happens to them?
No asam no so the make am penfo kwa koshia ne ndi omo hia am say de ho nsunsun so ne eba ye betre Ghana de share nyina betre.
But at the end of the day before the NPA introduced our levy where more ministry and I'm aware
saying on Asempa FM.
Sir NPA Sabio omo an agency of the ministry, but they have autonomy in their operations. And the ministry does not control their operations. It is they say a shared policy. We give policy directives to all the agencies under the ministry, about 18 agencies. Omo can be. And omo take decisions ana ehun ba some na be do ministry anymore. The ministry will in conjunction with government will give our views, and that is I know the namswa say omo entry sign kakra na mpani for sign share sa asem no.
No, are you saying say NPA because say and some of the issues are a court about saying there was some Komoko Parliament and I say and was some Komoko Parliament because this the introduction of a new levy and omo the assembly court no feels any here parliamentary ratification and more ministry wants the MPA introduce a new levy say omo autonomous into mo nya aware
I'm MPA for the mechano the operations they have the space to make decisions in their everyday day-to-day operations. So more decision, be not decision no will be sorry fair or no more into the back of challenge or more. Nipano has the right to do it. But what has happened in this particular case, I say I buy some course and I buy say almost entering sank a crab. When interested will be a chat, and also will be a thing, and also be umraso, and also be a mumraso. Yes, I'm American. The American is based on some a course so you need to be revered by and I buy say the decision should be suspended, subject to further
Indeed, the suspension was mainly based on public outcry by.
I think it must have something to do with it. I also, I'm just saying, I know Sonia, you also. Think we are in country here. Think because might not have come to the notice of government. And some amount for can be rebellion court and some environment and the government notice. Na government yes you bet as I know much share asihwe mu so mpanifo no mo take that decision no sabio so man take a decision out of a vacuum omo no so and so no mo wonyina so ntia omo yes but as a listening government they did ba manum bebre sa na why train break kakra na wa hwe de ekoso no so na wa make a further decisions.
But say they are man came back to the attention of government and I mean na kakra I don't
so no there normal so see I say Assembly by not agency of a government be decided some baby be not gonna phone you now be and cash omo autonomous to do the like American omo de biano every day omo operations omo no the presidency does not control it and the ministry does not control it and you know omo take a decision be not omo affect omo and cash how would the ministry get to know about it, the ministry in question so omo no and one say to be assumed say any party to mo bi anka hwe ne de ne se ne papa mu anu no but the man for starting we no mo ye de kakra de anafun say bia ene me bi enkoye papa and I say also any person ye hwe ade no mo ye they no na be ministry no attention ebe ko asem no so no mo so up and mu kakra.
But honorable the Ministry of Energy agencies here adwuma under the ministry meboa
Ekosiisen
the Ministry of Energy, more agencies or more adwuma under you.
Well, I'm kind. I said we have 18 agencies.
Bakone MP. The MPA board is sworn in by the Minister of Energy, meboa.
Absolutely.
And it cannot be said the board will take a decision, including the CEO or ministry in your way. That cannot be.
Oh, there be any so once you appoint the board, the board takes over the day-to-day running. Also, they give the policy direction as far as that particular agency is concerned.
Absolutely.
To the board, no. Omitiansana MD no. Ebe ye ne bibia no. So the board for approval. See, I know does not come to the ministry. Say, and the ministry will give the broad policy direction. Now, the Akano, agency no board no the board take ECG for example. ECG has a board.
Yes,
we have sworn them in as a ministry.
Yes,
and you're giving them a policy directive. Says this is where government wants things to go.
Yes,
to the Akano, we leave it to them. But the major decision be they normally will consult the ministry. Say, yeah, this is what we want to do. This is what we want to do.
Yeah, but
the day-to-day thing going to be it doesn't come to the notice of the ministry.
The introduction of a new levy certainly is a major policy decision, and yet a decision a board and their CEO can just take without recourse to the ministry. Introducing a new levy, Ghana for so that cannot be something. It will be done without.
Sir, and I make a choice. Say it has come to the notice of the ministry. And the ministry has asked for the whole thing to be suspended in the interim.
Honorable Memfancy, Bibiani Evesan Swaba Hobio. Why?
Medasepa.
Honorable Reku Edu and Moten and Kana, Deputy Energy Minister of the Republic of Ghana. Ekosiisen On Asempa 94.7 FM, 22 minutes after 3. Messages no Fabrain Yen Shenkai Mao. Some very interesting messages that were coming through. More share on Facebook Live. Na me yemfa cha opakakra emma mo se your internet no higher join kakra. Into more share streaming initially no and we had to start a new stream in the more share na mode achayen. And you can still get onto Facebook Asempa 94.7 FM on Facebook and still watch our stream live on Facebook and on YouTube as well. Into Wunya
Ekosiisen On Asempa
FM. Start a new stream. I'm to me. I join here on Facebook. And please share the stream and so now we are so into me and Shebi. Ekosiisen. We say the rate of recovery from COVID-19 in Ghana is very encouraging. I see us overcoming COVID-19 soon. We should all come on board and help the government to fight this deadly disease. Like the president said, this too shall pass. Citizen Francis, NPP Facebook caucus. We say, good afternoon, Obi. Ask this question for me. Someone might have been using an exact amount before March, but traveled in March and used few kilowatt. How would they calculate it? And said your kind March the end of your benchmark. And it's a utu coin in March. That's a you use few kilowatt. Your March bill eno no mbechemu miena. Unfortunately, it might go against you, but that is what is there. Inti bomori na shanin so efa ema say utu kwan in March. Na say we March bill no eba form one. Unfortunately, about form now no de be benchmark, and that is one thing you have to know. The former Deputy Energy Minister John Jenapo and she any enkomo. JJ, akwa ba na pom to say
Asempa FM.
Major Dominia.
Menim say ye honorable we in nkomo na waso guso dia. But at least and Minister of Energy eba the media briefing ebe chire what the president really meant by directives on my relative to light bill and the Ghana for benefiting us annual meaning. Meaning the ultimate tabia.
Unfortunately, me or consequently. We're not even on research. Tomorrow I have to be back. Small virus items.
Asempa FM.
Oh, okay. But basically, I think the minister Kaya and the deputy William Redwood do sweat Timo and president that started by saying say benchmark month for free bills amount for be enjoying the month of March. And in the month of March, so consuming, for example, 100 cedis, president say obefamu half, which is 50 cedis. And for the next 3 months, a buy air committee so obema 50 cedis for consumption ubenya in the next 3 months. That was one understanding from the onset.
Yes, I think that's what I said. There's a cap. And normally, subsidy, you want to prevent abuse. Okay, what some of 100%, no. You move because it can create a problem. And, some of us have even proposed and we an 8 and now the 20, in monetary value, at the subsidized telephony and not data. You'd have still been subsidized, not right, but then you'll be curbing abuse. Because once there's a cost incident, it means consumers generally are a bit cautious. Even if you say they should pay 1 cedi in poor, the system of abuse, the whole form year. So, the President Kaya Mimetias and say, March bill, then you walk on, and you clearly explain it. The will consuming 100. The maximum you can enjoy in April, May, June, 50. You can't go beyond that. Beyond that, a wow issue.
Yeah.
Now, Matis almost the implementation and any this month view. Now, ever starting next month. And I mean,
no, I think what they said, and they said because billing, for example, so a postpaid customer. Now I will say we use to power after 30 days. Now you see your PPQ reading and some of the bill a braille. And that bill for the month of April would come in May. And you really enjoy the benefits in May. Prepaid news, I'm say the same thing because President Day announcement on the 9th of April, which was 9 days into the new month, the real effect for prepaid customers would be felt in May, in the month of May.
So what happens with your consumption in April? You pay everything and then they credit it back to you or what?
Yeah, that's the understanding I got from Honorable Orekwedu discussion.
I think the president should have done more consultation before this announcement. Or once president said that it starts from April. Now say after 18 na customer in April but once president announced that and go for your budget across stay by plans. It is okay to April all customers will be elected by 50. The question is that was the president not briefed? Didn't he ask questions about prepayment for all customers on the 9th? Didn't the president knows that the prepayment system cannot be configured to take that? Other than that, he also said that you can configure the system, and I know you can. By 15, it won't read. It will give it to you up to a certain level. But like I'm saying, I hope so next time the president will be briefed before he makes that kind of announcement. Because even that day on your program, around 5:30, the Ministry of Finance insisted that it's not possible. And that we were being populist. In fact, now you're crying there. Yes, it's 241 no. You're subsidized by 30% for those within the lockdown area.
And no, at the committee meeting, the Minister of Finance himself, like I said, that is not possible because a bit affected budget, you know. The next day, and then Thursday, and the deputy on your program, okay, I said, and you're possible. Now, a bit affected budget, no. When we said that's 241, no, instead of say, yeah, they don't come at GRF4, no, the GRF4, they should give the money back to the consolidated fund, the infant subsidizing electricity. No? Okay, yeah, we're doing textbook analysis, we're doing populate, President Amansu, na, a year in this before, yeah, na, electricity. Eventually, we are no more dealing with 241. No. May of the when I did the calculation, now about 1.2 billion. And I think Minister also says a little over 1 billion. And I'm what? The next question is, where is that money going to come from? Because already, no, ECG bought up. Last year, ECG bought over 4 billion. I know that I won't even try. You know, I need a power over my tongue. It has nothing to do with reserve margin and our capacity. Where your power bought and sold, and yet MMD is intimate. ECG and Kasa and Giskano, ECG complemented a tariff system, Nankasano. It is not properly structured. It's in a 4 billion. Nyayam Penny say, Abambe announced it, but Omun Chiesicano at the end of the period. You're making sure they have regular payment. And also, Minya, a Basa emergency say, I hold the view that Parliament and the executive must be working hand in hand. Because many of us, we haven't even approved the Parliament.
Yeah.
And the executive cannot spend without approval from Parliament. Don't you think that we could have done some background consultation, even at leadership level, before President announced this?
No,
okay, someone announcing, by June, the NDC go from presidential staff as well.
No,
you can check.
But the parliamentary approval you talk about there for 1.04 billion.
Exactly.
For ECG, you know.
Yes.
They need parliamentary approval for that.
Why has it been appropriated? Not the approved budget.
You don't approve anything for contingency?
There's nothing in the contingency fund. Even one thing. Go and check Appendix 4A of the budget. In China, Minister, a lower cap no, of the stabilization fund, no, 0.2 billion, no, equal contingency fund. No. Even when it went into the contingency fund, he still has to come to Parliament for the approval from the Finance Committee. In China, Wednesday, no, we had to meet after President had announced to consider it and grant him approval on that same day. Okay, I mean, discussion or say, if you remember,
yeah,
that was to be spent from the contingency fund. All the countries be bria. Sanya Marina for no. Now, on my penny, I announce it. But we're not to be frank with you. Look, there's a bit of politics there. Oh, you see how it went. I think that you lower politics. Now you more consultation. I hope the minister will cut down on some areas that are critical in terms of expenditure. Now, or the above approval, now, or the chair away. Because we cannot go and borrow or take another money again and increase the deficit. Because it hits the expenditure line. If you don't reduce the expenditure, also your income credit is in compromise. By the time you realize, now when you're a major problem in terms of the fiscal deficit for the year.
Well, one other thing is, I remember, somewhere in December 2015, PRC a major tariff adjustment, but the announcement came somewhere in, I think on the 5th of December 2015, and because in a PRC announcement, ECG had to reconfigure, said prepaid customers liberty benefit from the 1st of December, and it threw the whole ECG system into chaos. I'm a man for bill bubu fast one a day. Don't you think that sir experience ninti and even though the president announced on the 9th of April, they want to take time and rather start from May. Say the distorted system, no.
Oh, I don't blame ECG for at all. I think what they are doing is practical.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that President should have asked questions before announcing that it starts from the 1st of April. No? I'm sure saying minister no and ECG and Nimpenny forecast announcement way. What is the issue? Even the costing. Then ever costing. How are we going to hold it? Implementation. How are we doing it? Now I announce. It's the same, right? What kind of state of the nation address? Omanpenny can say savings and loans for the microfinance customers when I reach home, and that was starting on Monday. And they receive a statement about. So he's paying just about 20%. And the remaining 80%, you know, they are going to issue a 5-year bond. And that 5-year bond will be a 0 coupon bond. And he's going to pay the principal equally over a 6-month period. That's not what the president said. That's not what he said. And then it's coming out say, Ubenya Usika Rieno. Now you have 5 years. And we are very hopeful there. And Yankupon will take Ghana for Sufre. Which means that Yankupon take Ghana for Sufre. President Mama never cheers, you know. But Omanpenny said, my Monday, you chair will be a. Sometimes Omanpenny Kasa. Then it turns out that look, it is not what Omanpenny said. And I think that is a worrying situation. That's very unfortunate.
Okay, but at least say Oshe, and I think Honorable Oreku Emma some little data because I were the northern part of the country, you know, you understand some of these things better. Say majority of customers, and I think in absolute terms, no, over 600,000, and they were within the NETCO operational areas, you know. So what do you know? Ebeka ECG in so areas where 1.1 million customers and omoye lifeline customers are. This intervention is really huge for people.
The Europe is NETCO customers about 600.
No, I say lifeline customers within the NETCO
area.
No,
lifeline is a subset of within the customers.
Absolutely.
Wow. I have to check for my records. But no matter how you see it, you know, whatever we can do to lifeline.
Ekosiise On Asempa FM. Baby, I know we're first. Ne mama pa.
And we said it. We said that we should do something to coach people.
Hello, JJ.
Hello.
Hello.
Now.
Hello, JJ. Hello. Hello. Wow. Hello. Too bad. Ma yen sign some frere ora John Jena Pobio na yene no enwie. Ekosiise So ne higher Asempa 94.7 FM. It is a wood yen message so do messages no ebebrain on all the issues ye di hon komo ene ewie 0546382287 na yentio na uko jomo so a wonya kwan na wura sa supermarket na ekwa akoto nneema wo be kwa akoye aduane wo fia message so obekai Oba Papa product. Ye wo Africa Queen Mackerel. Ye wo Oba Papa sardine. Ye wo Oba Papa tomato paste. Ye nneema ema aduane ye de papa we aso ahwe ne ye di ho adanse. Enti won so sohwe na obefrem ye di ho adanse. Africa Queen Mackerel anuncio de Oba Papa sardine de obi age atom. Oba Papa tomato paste nenso a original tomato paste pure red and highly nutritious. Papa. For 0302 668357 say o pedodo etwa jeje baby afena homa no aye bibi e wo ho okay I think it's better now na me busa says what the impact of lifeline customers the intervention when a huge ana
anything we can do to support lifeline customers is good, and that has been our position. Lifeline customers, you know, you have to consume 50 kilowatts maximum within a month. And the amount in city terms is 19 Ghana cedis. Into Bekakra may issue statement almost within the lockdown area, no? Almost more consumption here. Because you are consuming more, you are spending more time indoors than before, no? You can easily fall out of the lifeline. Because 50 and share that no so be good. Normally it be a one ball. And it be a fun. But now, no, especially on Mwakra and Kumate, no. they virtually spend 24 hours. Me saying first, by 6 o'clock, number 50, 11, and I'm here. But and then because of this lockdown, I'm spending virtually 24 hours in the house. This is a lifeline customer. Now me this will be free. Now I share it. Now me consume that me could do 100 kilowatts in a month. Next year, I think 60 Ghana cedi thereabout. And no me even the 50% rebate now. I'll be paying 30 instead of maybe crank at 19 earlier. Then we should just watch how we consume it and not be carried away by this announcement.
Okay. I think it makes sense. Me jam wa kwa answer the last time you didn't come on.
Yes.
Okay, so be sending me BB. And
yes.
I've been reading the Sunday and I can say, and I want to believe say idea we extrapolate from the court document abe public na.
That's right.
Fantastic. And I can say on May 2nd, 2015, government official 1 emailed the energy company executives, the intermediary executive, Berkon and others of additional concerns with the power plant project. The energy company CEO responded that government official 1 continues to create problems in court and court should be taken out of the process. The energy company CFO replied that, quote, it may not be possible to remove him, adding that the energy company, the PEP, and the intermediary executive should meet with Minister of Power to discuss any issues. And this is what's contained in the order Sunday,
yes,
government official 1 no
when you say they now frame me, make I say I hadn't received the proper brief.
Yes.
Number 2, make I say minister had not assigned me responsibility on ACTA in 2015. In fact, I should handle the technical enema. Now, okay, me and then make I say people should not misquote me. Let me commend you and motivate. But this online and
yeah, portal online portals.
Dinapo exposes Cognadonco. Dinapo exposes those who took bribes from AXA. Oh, never be brave. Into what the patrol will be. Let me just say, I said, Dr. Donko did a good job. He did due diligence. And I know, sir, he said in the interest of the country. And then woman hammer on that. Just because I said I wasn't given that responsibility, then they created a press bill, you give Dr. Donko up. I'm not that type of person. Minister, yes, that project, Eco Cabinet, Eco Parliament, Eco PLC. It's a document. The exposure behind Number 2, as someone who can't my radio on social media to be a bit government official 1 no. Begin also President Mahama. Later on the minister. Clearly, you already know that is 55E, page 15. It said, sir, the people were not comfortable with government official 1, and they wanted him taken off the whole project. And obviously, no, the two obey government official 1 no. Discuss it with the Minister of Power. So the two cannot be the same.
Absolutely.
So this issue of government official 1 is the minister is not true. But more importantly, Berkon has every right to challenge that finding. And that is what he's doing. He has flatly denied the allegation and stated that he is challenging them in court. This is not a court ruling. It's a finding of a body, our vocal court. So let's allow him to go through the process. What I decide say, your investigation, what is my take? And I'm saying, so investigation be on Bayano. Anything any public official, we are ready to avail ourselves and to help with the investigative process. Because no a boy image, a boy am a dead, am I clear? So that speculation, a big jakakra. These were the things I said that day.
But
this is exactly what I said, so that people don't misquote me.
JJ, the other thing is, when I go through the document, code names we use and they try to explain who
Fantastic.
are the people behind the code names. The also government official one. I can say government official one is a high-ranking government official in Ghana who had the ability to influence the award of the power plant project to the energy company, and who, along with government official 2, participated in an intra-governmental agency group to assess the appropriate fee or tariffs to be paid to energy companies in connection with power plant project in Ghana. Government official 2, no, also government official 2 is a government official in Ghana who assisted government official 1 for the power plant project. And if there's government official 1 per the reading in 55E, and yet the minister of power, then who is the government official 1? What it takes to influence the project or in high-powered meetings to set tariffs. And I would want to believe, sir, and on a period, who is that person?
Fantastic. It's a government official.
Absolutely.
Paul. David says a government official was sending emails.
Yes.
So we should know that person if you cooperate with the American agency. When you say you be aware, you see people sending emails.
Asempa FM.
Send people sending emails there. Say ghost and sending emails. And I'm a boy. Number 2, you see government official 2 no, or your deputy and an assistant, and now on it.
He assisted
under government official 1.
Yes.
So if the minister is not government official 1, then government official 2 cannot be his deputy. And I'm a boy. It is here say. And the criminal in Abba dead. But as a Bumo, as I'm near Dr. Donko picture, near the John Port Channel, near the President Mama, if you guys the President Mama was government official, how is that possible? So I was saying that this government official one who politics, Eddie Ekosiisen. Asempa you share and can't say no. Because of politics, the one can let us draw you in. And like you said, the government official 1 is allowed to start a meeting. That means there will be minutes of the meeting.
Yes.
So where is the issue? There's no need to worry at all. It is if I am innocent, me as a government official 1 at any email, government official 1 to now meetings more, then I don't have to be worried. There's no need to get worried at all.
But I say in this document, the minister of power is mentioned. I don't know man code name Bianto. So they were categorical, say minister of power. And at the time, the minister of power was Kwabena Donko. That is settled. And a government official 1, a high-ranking government official, or what the ability to influence the award of the power plant project to the energy company. And in that case, maybe people might point hands to you because you were quite influential in the administration.
So the question is that they don't participate in the award of the contract at all. Did he sit in any meetings in respect of AXA at all?
Yes.
Did he send any email at all? That should be very easy to verify. If you say there any minister view, because earlier the government official 1 your minister. The government official 2 and assistant there. Any agent, that's what they were saying on social media. They say no, government official 1 no, and your minister view. Government official 2 is supposed to be a government official who has power in terms of determining the tariff. You see, I don't want to draw people into this thing. First, I do crash. I have a matter. You can't London days. You can't get information. It's as simple as that. There is a matter that can easily be settled. And I told you, say, I wasn't given responsibility by Dr. Donko, even in respect of this AXA project. Let alone even sit in a meeting.
And you still
so there's no issue.
You still stand by the fact that you were given no responsibility relative to AXA.
Me say when Dr. Donko was minister, and let me make it clear, because post Dr. Donko, the secretary, and I don't want people to go and misquote me. I wasn't given responsibility and respect of AXA, and the minister has every right to do that. He's the minister. They set up a team. Check where there was a negotiating team.
Yes.
Actually, John Jinapo was even part of the negotiating team. So if I'm not part of the negotiating team, how do I even influence it? I don't want to make it.
Post Dr. Donkon, swear.
Oh, post Dr. Donkon, most of the technical work, the Honorable Secretary said we should do it. At that time, the approval had been done, the contract had been awarded, they had brought in the Parliament had approved it and all that. But this document is specific to 2015. And I remember
2015, 2016.
No, I mark dates. I look at all the dates.
Yeah.
2015.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm explaining this because before to say, remember was Dr. Donko too, only the government official one. It was all over social media. Now everybody understands it's not be him. And it's clear. It's easy. Politics, you know. What I'm saying here, people will just destroy your image for nothing.
Asempa FM.
And clearly, look, Minia, I can tell you from the bottom of my heart and my hand on my
Asempa FM.
They look absolutely innocent on this matter. Absolutely. And I mean absolutely.
Do you know Asante Beku unim no personally?
I think we met once in 2016. 2015, I don't remember ever meeting him. This is when AXA had finished, and then when Honorable Secretary took over, he asked I should do a proper brief for him on all power projects. That led us to taking a decision, we should suspend any future power project. And so I needed to meet all the various institutions, IPP, BRA. We had meetings. We even did one with World Bank because he wanted to take it from a financial point of view. And we met and discussed all these issues in 2016.
That was in 2016.
2016.
By which time, not parliamentary approval, ni BBA query.
The contract had been signed, parliamentary approval had been granted, everything had been done. And I'm saying that in 2015, all these things, I wasn't given responsibility on AXA. The minister is there, check from their record.
Do you perchance know why for this particular project, it took an executive approval?
It is normal. It is normal. Look, cabinet can't even override the president's decision.
Yes.
All cabinet does is to advise
Asempa
president.
FM.
And cabinet took decision earlier. Say, because we're in emergency, power projects and ITV projects must be given priority. Once everything is above board, don't delay it. Manenko. Even today, there's a hope I do grant executive approval. When is the Act of Korea 2018? MVP Mayama tax waiver of 27 million. I'm sure the president believes that they merit it.
But the processes had begun under you. No?
Yes, but I'm telling you, if the process was no good, you don't continue it. Or you don't get what I'm saying. It is for executive, that's why it's called executive approval. And executive approval doesn't mean, it's the end of it. Executive approval simply means, my dear to move for parliament.
Ekosiise
On parliament,
Asempa FM.
and then normal approval. It's normal.
But
Especially when we're in crisis and we needed power. There's nothing wrong with executive approval.
by we have cabinet approval and your executive approval, Meboa.
When you do cabinet approval, even after executive approval, it goes to cabinet too. You can check. Anytime the president gives executive approval, at the next cabinet meeting, cabinet still considers it and then says, "Oh, President, because cabinet is an advisory body. It's not an approval body for the president. They advise the president, and the president determines the way forward. Because executive power rests with the president."
We had an emergency at the time, 2015. Yeah, for 2015 in Kwampa, when you were deputy to Kwabena Donko. Which of the PPs enana udimuntinti maipa?
Mintimintimintima. It's not possible because
no, like which
I
one were
was
you?
not the minister.
Which one were you given or given a delegated responsibility to probably lead and make sure say
Ekosiisen On Asempa FM.
So you must put them in perspective first. Dr. Dongo by now, power need money be started. I think the ones that I remember,
FM.
he tried to push aggressively because of the time. No, hey, I made any actor. That's all.
Ameri and AXA.
Yes.
And Ono Kwabena Donko tried to push.
No, that's why he, as minister, initiated and completed before leaving.
Okay. That's Ameri and AXA, and both.
That's what I remember.
And both,
I can check further.
Both projects.
Let me put a caveat that these are the two that I remember.
That you remember. And both projects, they be any more amount front roll to lead.
No.
Both Ameri and AXA, you know.
Yes, that's normal. There's a lot of work in the ministry. That is, you know, a team. He starts a team. The team works and report to him as minister. That's how it is normally done. Najuma Bebreo had a lot on my table to work. And, you know, I can't say the BM Madam table. Then I would have been the minister. I wasn't the minister, I was the deputy. And when the minister delegates, you do it. Indeed, you have the right to ask. But you shouldn't look at it there. The deputy must at all costs go and perform duties in respect of DPS.
Okay, JJ, my yemfa NC would by
once again
talking.
And end it.
Okay.
I hope we kind of want them to be
yes.
And only way by my maturity. I hope that nobody goes to tweet as usual. But I thank you people. You people did a good job. Your reportage reflected our interview.
Thank you. There's this other thing. I think earlier, you didn't go to say na ebino on social media say by June the NDC egu. After President last but one address, no meboa.
Thomas Jolly no. Later near the frontline staff. Switch to insurance and cover with anything. And then my jubilation, no. I think that since then, no.
Meaning, say after our president address on water, you know, na the reaction they have kakra.
I won't comment on that
one. Well, a shaky system, ne kakra.
On social media, they're not nice. Yeah, they are not field there. We'll be a video that or the two good home. Never be what I would do during the Amanata. That's part of it. Politics, no. We are the Democrats.
Obi a pipe not here siena or the na or you win aside their shame. My nasi, ever said in Columbia. Okay. In John upon your chain and Ekosiisen On Asempa 94.7 FM. We still have some very interesting interviews lined up for you. Said American Akano. Electoral Commission in Samni Yenya Emma Ubekaya Nansayemu senior statesman, in fact a member of the Council of State, lawyer Samokujeto Akasa, say on the Ekonon Kwanka Electoral Commission in She na regions are locked down in Enyenru Hono. Among starting registration of voters in free ho. 3 days ago, so na lawyer Kotwampa on so akasa say a kanon kwa say easy nation as a time e wo no iswa because of COVID-19 ne dia and oyusu conditional clause say if the EC still feels a time because of COVID-19 no kanon kwa de anka EC enko back to old register no so mo go back to old register na it doesn't show say they are weak and now say they got it wrong from the start but it shows leadership, it shows boldness in the office say EC and go back to the old register and Twaba. And the code on so issue statement. And almost statement or more yene a lawyer Kotwampa aye adrein. Yene code on penny for bidding come and then we would get to the EC and then the Electoral Commission and Sweden come and then come off for Fra Benio or Mojene saying would have that discussion as well. Ye we pram. And there are issues, of course, and GFA eba out say after mo consultations nyina no stakeholders nyina agye atom say pram metre Ghana Man Center of Excellence soccer afei stakeholders nyina agye atom say omomfa emma aban but member of parliament for Ningo Pram kasa yebedi sanko ye ne MCA ne nso ebe kasa. It's an interesting conversation I eba up after this short break. In the emfa wonsanka afidie no Kopek ewa homan okay ma me ne Duncan Amu eni komo na yen hwe se enne ya ministry na beka se NPA en withdraw sa new levy no omo nso be yi case na fi court na Duncan Amu akwa ba Ekosiisen so ni
so bi ma menchio
bibi aboko
let me say apomodin wo
yada nyame ase na enne de se moate denne o ministry na asem mama ba bekan ye ne gisema na
obi me jidisa minister and sana all make this public statement no na me say oni MP for no be heading komo na as of last week and I say ya ka chenka MP impeding and common redraw obi enra najo ye koda na MP secular we release the oil marketing companies and the LPG companies actually say omon koso enye gitika no eye levy na mete say woni deputy minister no edi ehon kombo no 13.5%. Anopay ya check it every station na obeto gas wono ye guso ejiji say etika no enti minister eka say ye every so no
Asempa FM
ye nwanwa kakra but na nye nwanwa bebre because minister na adwene mu de fine ono nim say an agency under him say oni omodi nkomo say bibia ba na Ghanaians are complaining Kopek for any consumer protection agency po at the court say nka kwan e fa so this are eto no to Ghana for so no enye ne kwan mu nti yenhwe na yenyi mfiri honom nti na minister na adwene mu de megidi se eye fine se oni MPA panyini edi nkomo se nka yen redraw enso so obi mene wo kasa as of this time yeguso ejije sa eto no na ye me de se obi sa the deputy minister Oreku Edu se enti omo a ye inconvenience wo omo ajije sa illegal levy every omo ho because MPA say ye nkoje no sebe ye be refund this kama omo ana me say ne anu ye no ene se mpanyimfo ehia but yes say obi betimi ni MPA panyini akasa me say one ne nkasa ye because you can't continue to take entire 30 million Ghanaians on this bad ride. Womra ministry etuetie mu na wotwe etwa mu senka redraw. Enti enra na ye hwe animu said the new pricing window no a eba no. MPA would be magnanimous senka omo ye firi ho. And so metimi asende no so ama. Omo de aba say yenkoso nyeje. Enti what it means is that omo de omo nti so dogo bi no abe.
Enra ye asem na wokin.
Obi enra anajo. Oh, say windows no mienu.
Yes.
Pricing window the starts here on the 1st and then the starts here on the 16th. In the 16th template no Oshemo 13.5% no ebomugo yi say enkoje. And now no pa o check it obi a wato gas bi a wa Ghana ha o tua sa eto no. Ewie omutua enyumde me ne wo kasai omutua. But minister because we di hon komodada nti ono de no ogidi se ekwan bia so no the directive say yen redraw no ya redraw but as it stands MPs won redraw omo a wo so wo gisika no so de ama omo no menua obi me say wo frɛ LPG marketers yeah yes ye jeje cylinder recovery margin yi de ama omo a omo aba amontene mate se wo kra wo ne omo di nkomo ama omo akomo no mu asemoto se omo mfoa so se yen fa to enkoto gas so na Ghana for dodo anko metime de anu aduane de adidwa no omo dwane akoto bidie enti ka omo de omunya ya anketo no yenyi so that every Ghanaian can be able to access LPG ebo no be wo for mama omo Inti sika nanka MPs wo okodije no. Omo a oso odije ama omo no so omo mpe. MPs mo mpe kra mejeje. Inti interest ben na MPA wo e wo se sika we mu. Ana sabe obi akoye ni bi na wo se enjeje inti the ministry kra ka se munya ya. Still na no obi e wo se e koso jika na po ana. Enu nti ochina ya lawyer for se enkosi enanwumre ya ante hwede a megidi se Owura Martin Pebu odi ya lawyer for nanim will be seeking a restraining order because the MPA cannot be a law unto themselves. Say the ministry class menye no obeye, and the excuse again is that a certain official in quotes backing even when it's illegal. Nti yesra omo what the home komo ye obi me waste your time, but as we speak to na Owura Peter Mewu aka say ye jai jeje no MP Adaroma yeguso etua at the various LPG stations.
As at today, you go suit ya.
As at this minute, I mean, no work I say. Mejidi says, when ya home, any LPG marketers and they didn't come up. Shows that Endra MPA signed the pricing template. I bet you also money. Now, on redraw, contrary to what the minister has been told to believe, say, a redraw. No, Uti minister now one can say we are going to redraw, or say it has been redrawn. Meaning, say, on podium, say, last week, baby, and you redraw it because we're taking steps to ensure, say, a tour Yenfanko Parliament, which is the rightful way, Yenfanko, so that the people's representatives, can have a say. Yes, here, 13.5 Parliament, oh, look, we're the 5 pesos, and not 3 pesos, and not 10 pesos, and not even 20 pesos. Let the people's reps get to at least deliberate on these issues and give you approval. Where the acquire MPA penny it meet in the office, instruct even when the ministry's directive says it's a no, clearly MPA is one say, and I do think that whatever their interests are, if the ministry can also investigate and inform Ghanaians, whatever is informing the MPA leadership and chief executive, so on koso ni says it can win. Wamra omo awodi akomo omo no so omo mpe. Jaya also winyai. Minister say Jaya also winyai. Ghanaians are still paying that money. Ochnanopa, you better for restraining order if they don't withdraw by close of day.
Okay.
Obi.
Ma say Duncan, baby any ebesi edi nkomo bio. Why?
Medase.
Duncan Amwa, Executive Director Emma Kopek. Kopek here, Chamber of Petroleum Consumers. And Moten and Ekosiisen On. Good afternoon, Obi. It's always nice to hear your voice every weekday afternoon. You're doing a great job. Delfran Ewo Tema. Way free Chairman Ike or second D. Baby friend Bibini. I say, Obi, did I hear you respond to Cynthia Morrison that you don't know where President Mahama was taking his food items to? Hey, Obi, why are you like this? What the minister asked me, and he said 20,000 households, meaning households crow. And how was I supposed to know households crow? And I'm saying I know the minim. And in fact, at the time, another president in the Facebook Live video where he announced it, we were on air. And there was no way I would have known
on
at the
Asempa
time. Former president Kasana. That's the. You kind of saying the contest was what is how we are safe. Obi, I think you fear Jenapo. I listened to you in Jenapo's interview over the period. You don't ask questions you're supposed to ask, and you take everything he says as gospel fact. Why? Kwesi Francis, Gulf City. Kwesi, if there is any question, I will say Mibusa, me Musa, send them me, papa. From where I sit, now I think to the best of my ability, Mibusa questions. I will say Mibusa, say me refi bibi obi timi akai me ebeboa yina. Moses Asamfo from Bronx in New York says, Obi, good afternoon. Ask JJ about the bribery case against him, and he must come clear. Which bribery case? I don't know. Good afternoon, Obi. Our NDC friends are trying so hard to discredit the good things being done by God-sent Nana Danko Akufo-Addo, but they have failed in advance. Special greetings to Honorable Sally Subamba, MCE for Ejora Sechidumase, Razak Al-Hassan, also broadcasting or Ejora. Oh, Ejora for it on JFM. Okay, and you Ejora JFM FA Ekosiisen live. We say I am Eja Muswale.
Ekosiisen On
Obi,
Asempa
I'm very
FM.
happy about the number of recovered patients in our fight against COVID-19. This one too shall pass. Thank you. During the general election, people are bussed from Accra to Kumasi to the north. From Accra and Kumasi to the north. What are the politicians from the north doing to their people at Old Fadama in Accra and Dagomba line in Kumasi? Fele Papia at the end. We say, I repeat that allow me to drum home for public attention how disabled persons are suffering under COVID-19 restrictions. Ofori Deborah, or say I'm blind myself. Oh. Ofori Deborah. Oh. I'm a miracle. So, and that Minister Baroka said, your friend is saying Ghana Association of the Disabled for no so maybe I don't know how that will trickle down to our members. But this is really touching. Ofori Deborah. We say Eric Hakuna Matata on Okoforidia. Good afternoon, Obi. All Ghanaians must rely on the president's directives and forgo comments from the NDC quarters. They are only muddying the waters with propaganda. So far, the president's decisions on the fight against COVID-19 are all fantastic. I now understand why God made him president this time around. 4 more for Nana. Regards to Michael
Ekosiisen On Asempa
Michael
FM.
Otrebefi, meeting in Kacho. Michael Otrebefi, good afternoon to you. Say, Bibia Ekoyi, New Joab in South. Michael Otrebefi. No, we too much. Jagos Ewon Sawem. As Ghanaians, we must put a stop to the fears and panic they've developed for this COVID-19, but rather stay home and also avoid social or maintain, avoid the social distancing. Good afternoon, Obi. I bought prepaid for my shop just this Tuesday, and the 50% reduction didn't reflect. Usually the 20 cedis takes 8 days, and it was same number of days that read on my meter. Nothing has changed. I'll send a copy of the message to you. And I believe after the interviews today, when the understanding as to why. Masa Obi, what the man is saying is still not making any logic for us, the consumers. So, we the prepaid users, whenever there is a tariff reduction from the regulators, the number of days used for the prepaid bot compared to the previous one you buy before such directives determines the increment. If 20 cedis prepaid takes 10 days to go off, then 50% cut from the government should give me 15 days for the same 20 cedis. This is how it's done. Hunter,
Ekosiisen
I
On
agree with you.
Asempa
But
FM.
I think the explanation should suffice. Good afternoon, Obi. So if I use 300 Ghana cedis in March, because I had some visitors and so I'll be using less in April, then you would bill me the old month readings. Then I'm being cheated, Obi. Two message in Asia Papa. Well, good afternoon, Obi. What happened to someone who just acquired a meter this month? Abo winning. Ewo patriotic gents. Abo winning. We say we left Egypt and do not have any intention of returning to that economic NDC paralysis we experienced between 2012 and 2016. May God take this pestilence of a horrible and clueless administration far away from us. Greetings to Nana Akufo-Addo, Dr. Baumia, and the relentless DCE for Shai Usudoku, Honorable Lion Daniel Akufu. Lion Canadian Yogi Ewudodowa, Shai Usudoku constituency. Okay, maybe this will break your heart further. Where is it? Please, good evening, Obi. I'm your regular listener. I have a pregnant wife and 3 children. In fact, what we would eat and even money for my wife to use for antenatal is a big issue for me. Please, I need support from anywhere or the number account. Domi, akoya semi ya reho. Ne yere nyem no man so miensa. Aduane ombedi kura ya asem. Okay, our number behind you would call you, would arrange something for you. At least the Ekosiisen team would do that for you in particular. Obi, every month, ECG deducts some amount of money from my total consumption. Sometimes they deduct 7 cities. They say street light. Was it village subsidy? Maybe it was a village subsidy. And all that. With these new measures, Who pays for those deductions? Kwesi Francis in Gulf City. Message is not endorsed. I will continue reading your messages, but that will be after this short break. Ekosiisen, so stay with us. Yeah, Twaswa Kaimo message. And then we get into the Electoral Commission in New Voters Register in Sense Seminar SO. Stay with us.
Adansi ho adwuma ye adwuma son enti se wotimi se wodan hwie a wo ho kwan se wo ma wani gina so bibia nya tete se wosi wodan atomu tiles na tiles no efiase A22 onua waso ba ye shiro tiles a yato awie hu repair works de ne bo den krasin se nya woto ne foforo tiles papa biara hia akade papa a ebetum esomu hie prekope afebo enkofa cement biara keke enti na weba de quality tiling solutions abadwa so yusu weba call fire tiling works eno na wiase afa na nyina agiatum weba call ye CE certified ejumeko sen go bain na wo produce wo omanyara mu ye wo 350 years experience for construction industry ni mu ye de weba call to tiles no a ne ato no prekope enya ho mfaso open dodo afre 0540 123 533
Weber, we care.
Adansi ho adwuma ye adwuma son enti se wotimi se wodan hwie a wo ho kwan se wo ma wani gina so bibia nya tete se wosi wodan atomu tiles na tiles no efiase A22 onua waso ba ye shiro tiles a yato awie hu repair works de ne bo den krasin se nya woto ne foforo tiles papa biara hia akade papa a ebetum esomu hie prekope afebo enkofa cement biara keke enti na weba de quality tiling solutions abadwa so yusu weba call fire tiling works eno na wiase afa na nyina agiatum weba call ye CE certified ejumeko sen go bain na wo produce wo omanyara mu ye wo 350 years experience for construction industry ni mu ye de woba call to tiles no a ne ato no prekope enya ho mfaso open dodo afre 0540 123 533
Weber, we care.
Adansi ho adwuma ye adwuma son enti se wotimi se wodan hwie a wo ho kwan se wo ma wani gina so bibia nya tete se wosi wodan atomu tiles na tiles no efiase A22 onua waso ba ye shiro tiles a yato awie hu repair works de ne bo den krasin se nya woto ne foforo tiles papa biara hia akade papa a ebetum esomu hie prekope afebo enkofa cement biara keke enti na weba de quality tiling solutions abadwa so yusu weba call fire tiling works eno na wiase afa na nyina agiatum weba call ye CE certified ejumeko sen go bain na wo produce wo omanyara mu ye wo 350 years experience for construction industry ni mu ye de woba call to tiles no a ne ato no prekope enya ho mfaso open dodo afre 0540 123 533
Weber, we care.
Adansi ho adwuma ye adwuma son enti se wotimi se wodan hwie a wo ho kwan se wo ma wani gina so bibia nya tete se wosi wodan atomu tiles na tiles no efiase A22 onua waso ba ye shiro tiles a yato awie hu repair works de ne bo den krasin se nya woto ne foforo tiles papa biara hia akade papa a ebetum esomu hie prekope afebo enkofa cement biara keke enti na weba de quality tiling solutions abadwa so yusu weba call fire tiling works eno na wiase afa na nyina agiatum weba call ye CE certified ejumeko sen go bain na wo produce wo omanyara mu ye wo 350 years experience for construction industry ni mu ye de woba call to tiles no a ne ato no prekope enya ho mfaso open dodo afre 0540 123 533
Weber, we care.
Adansi ho adwuma ye adwuma son enti se wotimi se wodan hwie a wo ho kwan se wo ma wani gina so bibia nya tete se wosi wodan atomu tiles na tiles no efiase A22 onua waso ba ye shiro tiles a yato awie hu repair works de ne bo den krasin se nya woto ne foforo tiles papa biara hia akade papa a ebetum esomu hie prekope afebo enkofa cement biara keke enti na weba de quality tiling solutions abadwa so yusu weba call fire tiling works eno na wiase afa na nyina agiatum weba call ye CE certified ejumeko sen go bain na wo produce wo omanyara mu ye wo 350 years experience for construction industry ni mu ye de woba call to tiles no a ne ato no prekope enya ho mfaso open dodo afre 0540 123 533
Weber, we care.
Adansi ho adwuma ye adwuma son enti se wotimi se wodan hwie a wo ho kwan se wo ma wani gina so bibia nya tete se wosi wodan atomu tiles na tiles no efiase A22 onua waso ba ye shiro tiles a yato awie hu repair works de ne bo den krasin se nya woto ne foforo tiles papa biara hia akade papa a ebetum esomu hie prekope afebo enkofa cement biara keke enti na weba de quality tiling solutions abadwa so yusu weba call fire tiling works eno na wiase afa na nyina agiatum weba call ye CE certified ejumeko sen go bain na wo produce wo omanyara mu ye wo 350 years experience for construction industry ni mu ye de woba call to tiles no a ne ato no prekope enya ho mfaso open dodo afre 0540 123 533
Weber, we care.
Adansi ho adwuma ye adwuma song. Enti se wotimi si wodan hwie a wo ho kwan se wo ma wani gina. Nanso bibia nya tete se wosi wodan atomu tiles. Na tiles no efiase A22. Onua waso ba ye hiro. Tiles a yato awie hu repair works de. Ne boy den krasin se nya woto ne foforo. Tiles papa biara hia akade papa a. Ebetum esomu hie prekope afebo. Enkofa cement biara keke. Enti na Weber de quality tiling solutions abadwa so. Use Weber call fire tiling works. Eno na wiase afa na nyina agye atum. Weber call ye CE certified. Ejumeko sen Gobain na wo produce wo omanyara mu. Ye wo 350 years experience for construction industry ni mu. Ye de Weber call to tiles no a. Ne ato no prekope enya ho mfaso. Open a dodo afre 0540 123 533.
Weber, we care.
Adansi ho adwuma ye adwuma song. Enti se wotimi si wodan hwie a wo ho kwan se wo ma wani gina. Nanso bibia nya tete se wosi wodan atomu tiles. Na tiles no efiase A22. Onua waso ba ye hiro. Tiles a yato awie hu repair works de. Ne boy den krasin se nya woto ne foforo. Tiles papa biara hia akade papa a. Ebetum esomu hie prekope afebo. Enkofa cement biara keke. Enti na Weber de quality tiling solutions abadwa so. Use Weber call fire tiling works. Eno na wiase afa na nyina agye atum. Weber call ye CE certified. Ejumeko sen Gobain na wo produce wo omanyara mu. Ye wo 350 years experience for construction industry ni mu. Ye de Weber call to tiles no a. Ne ato no prekope enya ho mfaso. Open a dodo afre 0540 123 533.
Weber, we care.
Adansi ho adwuma ye adwuma song. Enti se wotimi si wodan hwie a wo ho kwan se wo ma wani gina. Nanso bibia nya tete se wosi wodan atomu tiles. Na tiles no efiase A22. Onua waso ba ye hiro. Tiles a yato awie hu repair works de. Ne boy den krasin se nya woto ne foforo. Tiles papa biara hia akade papa a. Ebetum esomu hie prekope afebo. Enkofa cement biara keke. Enti na Weber de quality tiling solutions abadwa so. Use Weber call fire tiling works. Eno na wiase afa na nyina agye atum. Weber call ye CE certified. Ejumeko sen Gobain na wo produce wo omanyara mu. Ye wo 350 years experience for construction industry ni mu. Ye de Weber call to tiles no a. Ne ato no prekope enya ho mfaso. Open a dodo afre 0540 123 533.
Weber, we care.
Adansi ho adwuma ye adwuma song. Enti se wotimi si wodan hwie a wo ho kwan se wo ma wani gina. Nanso bibia nya tete se wosi wodan atomu tiles. Na tiles no efiase A22. Onua waso ba ye hiro. Tiles a yato awie hu repair works de. Ne boy den krasin se nya woto ne foforo. Tiles papa biara hia akade papa a. Ebetum esomu hie prekope afebo. Enkofa cement biara keke. Enti na Weber de quality tiling solutions abadwa so. Use Weber call fire tiling works. Eno na wiase afa na nyina agye atum. Weber call ye CE certified. Ejumeko sen Gobain na wo produce wo omanyara mu. Ye wo 350 years experience for construction industry ni mu. Ye de Weber call to tiles no a. Ne ato no prekope enya ho mfaso. Open a dodo afre 0540 123 533.
Weber, we care.
Adansi ho adwuma ye adwuma song. Enti se wotimi si wodan hwie a wo ho kwan se wo ma wani gina. Nanso bibia nya tete se wosi wodan atomu tiles. Na tiles no efiase A22. Onua waso ba ye hiro. Tiles a yato awie hu repair works de. Ne boy den krasin se nya woto ne foforo. Tiles papa biara hia akade papa a. Ebetum esomu hie prekope afebo. Enkofa cement biara keke. Enti na Weber de quality tiling solutions abadwa so. Use Weber call fire tiling works. Eno na wiase afa na nyina agye atum. Weber call ye CE certified. Ejumeko sen Gobain na wo produce wo omanyara mu. Ye wo 350 years experience for construction industry ni mu. Ye de Weber call to tiles no a. Ne ato no prekope enya ho mfaso. Open a dodo afre 0540 123 533.
Weber, we care.
Adansi ho adwuma ye adwuma song. Enti se wotimi si wodan hwie a wo ho kwan se wo ma wani gina. Nanso bibia nya tete se wosi wodan atomu tiles. Na tiles no efiase A22. Onua waso ba ye hiro. Tiles a yato awie hu repair works de. Ne boy den krasin se nya woto ne foforo. Tiles papa biara hia akade papa a. Ebetum esomu hie prekope afebo. Enkofa cement biara keke. Enti na Weber de quality tiling solutions abadwa so. Use Weber call fire tiling works. Eno na wiase afa na nyina agye atum. Weber call ye CE certified. Ejumeko sen Gobain na wo produce wo omanyara mu. Ye wo 350 years experience for construction industry ni mu. Ye de Weber call to tiles no a. Ne ato no prekope enya ho mfaso. Open a dodo afre 0540 123 533.
Weber, we care.
Adansi ho adwuma ye adwuma song. Enti se wotimi si wodan hwie a wo ho kwan se wo ma wani gina. Nanso bibia nya tete se wosi wodan atomu tiles. Na tiles no efiase A22. Onua waso ba ye hiro. Tiles a yato awie hu repair works de. Ne boy den krasin se nya woto ne foforo. Tiles papa biara hia akade papa a. Ebetum esomu hie prekope afebo. Enkofa cement biara keke. Enti na Weber de quality tiling solutions abadwa so. Use Weber call fire tiling works. Eno na wiase afa na nyina agye atum. Weber call ye CE certified. Ejumeko sen Gobain na wo produce wo omanyara mu. Ye wo 350 years experience for construction industry ni mu. Ye de woba call 2000 no a ne ato no preko pe enya ho mfaso. Open dodo afre 0540 123 533.
Weber, we care.
Adansi ho adwuma ye adwuma son enti se wotimi se wodan hwie a wo ho kwan se wo ma weni gina nanso bibia nya tete se wosi wodan atomu tiles na tiles no efiase etutu onua waso be ye shiro tiles a yato awie hu repair works de ne bo den krasin se nya wo to ne foforo tiles papa biara hia akade papa a ebetum esomu hie prekope afebo enkofa cement biara keke enti na Weber de quality tiling solutions abadwaso yusu Weber call fire tiling works eno na wiase afa na nyina agiatum Weber call ye CE certified edwumeko sen go bain na wo produce wo omanyara mu ye 350 years experience for construction industry ni mu ye de Weber call 2000 no a ne ato no prekope enya ho mfaso open dodo afre 0540 123 533.
Weber, we care.
Adansi ho adwuma ye adwuma son enti se wotimi se wodan hwie a wo ho kwan se wo ma weni gina nanso bibia nya tete se wosi wodan atomu tiles na tiles no efiase etutu onua waso be ye shiro tiles a yato awie hu repair works de ne bo den krasin se nya wo to ne foforo tiles papa biara hia akade papa a ebetum esomu hie prekope afebo enkofa cement biara keke enti na Weber de quality tiling solutions abadwaso yusu Weber call fire tiling works eno na wiase afa na nyina agiatum Weber call ye CE certified edwumeko sen go bain na wo produce wo omanyara mu ye 350 years experience for construction industry ni mu ye de Weber call 2000 no a ne ato no prekope enya ho mfaso open dodo afre 0540 123 533.
Weber, we care.
Adansi ho adwuma ye adwuma son enti se wotimi se wodan hwie a wo ho kwan se wo ma weni gina nanso bibia nya tete se wosi wodan atomu tiles na tiles no efiase etutu onua waso be ye shiro tiles a yato awie hu repair works de ne bo den krasin se nya wo to ne foforo tiles papa biara hia akade papa a ebetum esomu hie prekope afebo enkofa cement biara keke enti na Weber de quality tiling solutions abadwaso yusu Weber call fire tiling works eno na wiase afa na nyina agiatum Weber call ye CE certified edwumeko sen go bain na wo produce wo omanyara mu ye 350 years experience for construction industry ni mu ye de Weber call 2000 no a ne ato no prekope enya ho mfaso open dodo afre 0540 123 533.
Weber, we care.
Adansi ho adwuma ye adwuma son enti se wotimi se wodan hwie a wo ho kwan se wo ma weni gina nanso bibia nya tete se wosi wodan atomu tiles na tiles no efiase etutu onua waso be ye shiro tiles a yato awie hu repair works de ne bo den krasin se nya wo to ne foforo tiles papa biara hia akade papa a ebetum esomu hie prekope afebo enkofa cement biara keke enti na Weber de quality tiling solutions abadwaso yusu Weber call fire tiling works eno na wiase afa na nyina agiatum Weber call ye CE certified edwumeko sen go bain na wo produce wo omanyara mu ye 350 years experience for construction industry ni mu ye de Weber call 2000 no a ne ato no prekope enya ho mfaso open dodo afre 0540 123 533.
Weber, we care.
Adansi ho adwuma ye adwuma son enti se wotimi se wodan hwie a wo ho kwan se wo ma weni gina nanso bibia nya tete se wosi wodan atomu tiles na tiles no efiase etutu onua waso be ye shiro tiles a yato awie hu repair works de ne bo den krasin se nya wo to ne foforo tiles papa biara hia akade papa a ebetum esomu hie prekope afebo enkofa cement biara keke enti na Weber de quality tiling solutions abadwaso yusu Weber call fire tiling works eno na wiase afa na nyina agiatum Weber call ye CE certified edwumeko sen go bain na wo produce wo omanyara mu ye 350 years experience for construction industry ni mu ye de Weber call 2000 no a ne ato no prekope enya ho mfaso open dodo afre 0540 123 533.
Weber, we care.
Adansi ho adwuma ye adwuma son enti se wotimi se wodan hwie a wo ho kwan se wo ma weni gina nanso bibia nya tete se wosi wodan atomu tiles na tiles no efiase etutu onua waso be ye shiro tiles a yato awie hu repair works de ne bo den krasin se nya wo to ne foforo tiles papa biara hia akade papa a ebetum esomu hie prekope afebo enkofa cement biara keke enti na Weber de quality tiling solutions abadwaso yusu Weber call fire tiling works eno na wiase afa na nyina agiatum Weber call ye CE certified edwumeko sen go bain na wo produce wo omanyara mu ye 350 years experience for construction industry ni mu ye de Weber call 2000 no a ne ato no prekope enya ho mfaso open dodo afre 0540 123 533.
Weber, we care.
adanse ho adwuma ye adwuma song enti se wotimi si wodan hwie a wo ho kwan se wo ma weni gina so bibia nya tete se wosi wodan atomu tiles na tiles no efiase etutu onua waso baye shiro tiles a yato awie hu repair works de ne bo den krasin se nya wo to ne foforo tiles papa biara hia akade papa a ebetum esomu hie prekope afebo enkofa cement biara keke enti na Weber de quality tiling solutions abadwaso yusu Weber call fire tiling works eno na wiase afa na nyina agiatum Weber call ye CE certified ejumeko sen go bain na wo produce wo omanyara mu ye 350 years experience for construction industry ni mu ye de Weber call to tiles no a ne ato no prekope enya ho mfaso open dodo afre 0540 123 533
Weber, we care.
adanse ho adwuma ye adwuma song enti se wotimi si wodan hwie a wo ho kwan se wo ma weni gina so bibia nya tete se wosi wodan atomu tiles na tiles no efiase etutu onua waso baye shiro tiles a yato awie hu repair works de ne bo den krasin se nya wo to ne foforo tiles papa biara hia akade papa a ebetum esomu hie prekope afebo enkofa cement biara keke enti na Weber de quality tiling solutions abadwaso yusu Weber call fire tiling works eno na wiase afa na nyina agiatum Weber call ye CE certified ejumeko sen go bain na wo produce wo omanyara mu ye 350 years experience for construction industry ni mu ye de Weber call to tiles no a ne ato no prekope enya ho mfaso open dodo afre 0540 123 533
Weber, we care.
adanse ho adwuma ye adwuma song enti se wotimi si wodan hwie a wo ho kwan se wo ma weni gina so bibia nya tete se wosi wodan atomu tiles na tiles no efiase etutu onua waso baye shiro tiles a yato awie hu repair works de ne bo den krasin se nya wo to ne foforo tiles papa biara hia akade papa a ebetum esomu hie prekope afebo enkofa cement biara keke enti na Weber de quality tiling solutions abadwaso yusu Weber call fire tiling works eno na wiase afa na nyina agiatum Weber call ye CE certified ejumeko sen go bain na wo produce wo omanyara mu ye 350 years experience for construction industry ni mu ye de Weber call to tiles no a ne ato no prekope enya ho mfaso open dodo afre 0540 123 533
Weber, we care.
adanse ho adwuma ye adwuma song enti se wotimi si wodan hwie a wo ho kwan se wo ma weni gina so bibia nya tete se wosi wodan atomu tiles na tiles no efiase etutu onua waso baye shiro tiles a yato awie hu repair works de ne bo den krasin se nya wo to ne foforo tiles papa biara hia akade papa a ebetum esomu hie prekope afebo enkofa cement biara keke enti na Weber de quality tiling solutions abadwaso yusu Weber call fire tiling works eno na wiase afa na nyina agiatum Weber call ye CE certified ejumeko sen go bain na wo produce wo omanyara mu ye 350 years experience for construction industry ni mu ye de Weber call to tiles no a ne ato no prekope enya ho mfaso open dodo afre 0540 123 533
Weber, we care.
adanse ho adwuma ye adwuma song enti se wotimi si wodan hwie a wo ho kwan se wo ma weni gina so bibia nya tete se wosi wodan atomu tiles na tiles no efiase etutu onua waso baye shiro tiles a yato awie hu repair works de ne bo den krasin se nya wo to ne foforo tiles papa biara hia akade papa a ebetum esomu hie prekope afebo enkofa cement biara keke enti na Weber de quality tiling solutions abadwaso yusu Weber call fire tiling works eno na wiase afa na nyina agiatum Weber call ye CE certified ejumeko sen go bain na wo produce wo omanyara mu ye 350 years experience for construction industry ni mu ye de Weber call to tiles no a ne ato no prekope enya ho mfaso open dodo afre 0540 123 533
Weber, we care.
adanse ho adwuma ye adwuma song enti se wotimi si wodan hwie a wo ho kwan se wo ma weni gina so bibia nya tete se wosi wodan atomu tiles na tiles no efiase etutu onua waso baye shiro tiles a yato awie hu repair works de ne bo den krasin se nya wo to ne foforo tiles papa biara hia akade papa a ebetum esomu hie prekope
afebo say bonsu 6:30 p.m. na dwumadi ba ewie enti yara mase se let me read some few messages and then we'll make progress. Obi, please. Honorable Janapo is struggling to defend this case, and Ghanaians are not that dumb. We know who government official one is, so he shouldn't try to divert the issue. The truth will be out when the trial starts. Ghanaians will take their money back from anyone found in this scandal. Some Ghanaian politicians are fond of milking this country, and it's too bad. Mr. President in Denmark, well, it's a good afternoon, Obi. This morning, the Ministry of Information did something spectacular, worth commending. a man who tested positive of COVID-19 and has recovered, was brought to the ministry's briefing to tell Ghanaians the ordeal he went through when he was quarantined at the Ghana East Hospital. Obi, it's high time we took the public education and safety measures seriously, because once you test positive, you bring serious inconveniences to your family and your friends and to yourself as well. Let us always remember that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Aki Ewefia constituency, and he says regards to Honorable Joseph Kujo, MP for the Efia constituency and Deputy Minister of Energy. This one says, Obi, I was referred to. Okay, I would come back and read this, and then I would see if I was a detour abontin, I better abontin. I'll read it. I'll come back to this particular message. Now, I share to me at once. So, whether Obi, the EC is a competent, the EC boss is a competent woman, and she knows what to do about the date. Special greetings to incoming MP for Crow, Engineer Lai or Die, Abele Ewonungwa, the Odia Breye, and no. Let me see. This one says, okay. We say, I bought this today. Can you explain? No 50% reflecting. Thank you. That's from EDF.
Ekosiisen On
EDF
Asempa
says, it will not reflect. At least you heard what the Deputy Minister said. Because of the configurations, it's not possible for it to reflect in the month of April, because the configuration is done for 30 days. And announcement by April mu every. And if for nothing at all, they would have to configure it to reflect in May. In the month of May, and I think that's what the minister said. May the earnings will reflect in June and then in July. And that's the information for you. Obi, today Honorable John Jenapo is running from activities and contract agreement in the energy ministry. Who talked about the energy sector more than him? Indeed, we are not in normal times. George Quaten Ewo Adenta. This one says that the Honorable John Jenapo should accord us with some little respect. There is no way he can extricate himself from this whole deal, so he should come again. We know their track record with the Airbus scandal, so he should not insult our intelligence. Obi, please, between the president and the deputy minister, who do we trust? Do you recall the applause the president received? Is it possible the president was not briefed? But that would not be fair to a president under oath. For a president under oath to mislead his people. Please, you need to ask more questions for the president to set the record straight before we start doubting his next speech. I trust the president than the deputy minister. These are not normal times for try and error reliefs in a presidential speech. Stay home, stop the spread. Chief Baine, Edie, and no. Mamin Kwahomanusuna, Director of Electoral Services at the Electoral Commission, the Dr. Cerebro Kweku. Yeneno ini enkomo na yenhwe intimi entwaso na enkomo no would center on kodeo in sama wode atudwa enye no nkwa lawyer akoto ampaw enso edina no atomo bi mebusa na dwenkyere so afa nsama senior statesman Sam Okujeto lawyer enso editudwa doc Ekosiisen so ne akwa abanetsen
Nyama Josena, I'm coming here, and I was there.
Nyamia dum bibi aboko. Afisia panso.
And come here, you didn't feel between crowd, but what you imagine.
And this is a report on my journal online. Ekase, the Coalition of Domestic Election Observers has urged the Electoral Commission to fall back on the old voter register if it is challenged to compile a new one ahead of election 2020 following the outbreak of COVID-19. National Coordinator Albert Ahin believes the EC may have no other alternative given the uncertainty surrounding the pandemic and the impact it is likely to have on the compilation of a new register. Where a sound, reasonable advice, Meboa?
But for now, you're young and what's that?
Munya Engine who said saying some mobile use old register and answer then.
Then what a chum what that. In the end, they say, and Friday about a young upon on him upon let's say they can your consultants for experts on the issue of COVID. For now, we have time. If you say any time, then we are consulting stakeholders and head experts now. They will see the next line of fight.
But the point is, as we speak, we are in uncertain times. Inti obi nim da yebenya all clear. Sa afi de yare no a cockright yebetimi akọ back to your normal activities. And I think from where Kodeo Airbano said when we get to that critical point, who said Dabi, it is not possible for us to compile a new register. What would we do?
Because I say do critical point now.
Yes.
You do an 8 piece of advice in stakeholder engagement now, then the commission will take a decision. But for now, you do that critical stage now.
And for now, on Mumu table, the new voters register will be compiled.
And
on the minim nasano mwetie the Council of State members Samoku to lawyer and so aka say ebeya anka areas in our country omo no lockdown no any hono anka mubetimi start because according to him no yare any cases I record na nye widespread across the whole Ghana sa areas are lockdown no one in the major in anka mubetimi start will be a lockdown in and compile from there madwin no so ho
agenda mekan na say yetie afutu na de eno no menyanti official de mentie wan asem na ye fanka ye plans mu de sia de dem kan yetie ebusa yetie afutu ni expert ni take go the engagement no but for now no kan ye plans.
There is this quote from Ora Albert Ahin, and me say you be a unim no why adwuma we electoral commission. Fantastic. Or say quote, and there's a quote I make kind from interview be your grantee. Or say even if this thing subsides and there is not ample evidence to show clearly that it is gone, then definitely there is going to be some opposition facing the EC. So it is not going to be easy at all. If we are not able to do the election, there might be a constitutional crisis. But I think by now, constitutional experts must be thinking of a way out. The other option is that if the compilation is not able to take place, then maybe they could use the old register. But even there, how do you conduct the election if the pandemic hasn't abated? Maybe by September or thereabout. It is readily even dicey, because the owners of the register don't want to use it. So maybe a way has to be found to do the new register. And where Ora Albert Ahen and Sema Okan quoted in this news report. Say a Drew leveler, who say okay, it be a pandemic never qua to say September. Postponing the election itself, are they announced on the table so?
I'm gonna say Young election, not less than 30 days. The president don't have power on the bill. And when I commission, no. Any other thing, no, you're gonna phone anyway. So when you let the commission.
Okay, from the commission, the year, Jumane, 30 days to the end of the term of the current president, you know, that is 30 days. Let's say from the 7th of December,
Senate, yeah.
Okay, from Momo plans, the election will have to happen on the 7th of December. But on the 7th of December, no, can the election happen without a new voters register?
And I'm going to say, for us in the electoral commission to have a credible election, incontrovertible election, we need a credible register, and that's why we think that we need a new register.
And to meaning, say the old register and the election will not be credible.
As far as I know, no, anybody in the electoral commission now will not advise them for old register.
Wow. But and also na for Obia ebi opese or share all the possibilities. No because say if say more commission hono will not advise say for old register in Juma, and we know say there is a pandemic on our hand that you name time a bit. It is a basse and chemua. Na yentimin compile right. Say they are done ye de be juma. Ana.
Na me say obi anu wala to commissioner obere command them further than infanyuma.
Intina sa na ye be ne den.
Mbaje du ha ye be mu.
Eh.
So my chairman say as far as the commission is concerned no and no here option and by any people sukura. And people are come out with a lot of pieces of advice and them say we are doing consultation and but for now no any table.
Wow. And you don't want to consider the worst case scenario, and by worst case scenario I mean say yentimi and so pandemic na no ntemo. That for me should be the worst case scenario. It be a drag year to say August and now say September. Now afeni yetimi aso ano a what would happen? And then only maybe I think you have to be considering.
Maybe say what we are aware say enra South Korea omo election.
Yes, South Korea elections, yes.
Okay. Yo. Man.
Me aware pa.
Yeah, and
by that meaning, say even in the midst of the pandemic, we can also organize elections.
Oh, send them to be a man that what can't to do it. Unless they now decided say maybe we want to go into the constitutional crisis now, we can want them. And I don't think that we might recommend it. In terms of you are talking to health experts and other stakeholders in the end. I do the boy and fine. So in our system boys are fine. And then you let to committee and bit my decision on that. Yeah, the election now by on the say we can do it not less than mean that you can even do it before. And then 1992 election 3rd November no. So we cannot do it after 7 December. It could be done in and before. But in answer the consultation in it is a better be a current situation, you know, if you can go ahead but put in place ABC and in a issue that we can consider.
But sir going ahead and I will say Sempenyi for two say you can go ahead with the elections, you still need a new voters register.
Exactly.
But that is where the challenge we see a challenge, you know.
So the go ahead can include say go ahead and start with the registration this time.
In the formula there, come what may, a new register would have to be compiled.
As far as electoral commission is concerned, that is our stand.
Come what may.
It has been our stand for more than a year now.
Wow, set time woho, set time anyhow. Because it can happen, say munya time no fanye. Why are you not considering an also?
And I'm saying you know and they do get to the bridge you will cross it.
Lawyer,
for now,
yeah.
So for now, I need a table.
Lawyer Akotoam Pao said, going back to the old register will not be a sign of weakness. Now, it will show, say, it will show leadership and boldness on the part of the EC. Say, we are going back to the old voters register, not because, say, the decision we took earlier to compile a new one is bad, but because of the circumstances we have to go back to it. Say clean up in your now yes clean up now.
Okay, maybe the minister, if we have to go by the old one for now, we still need to do limited registration.
Yeah.
And so basically the same period now. So the same period a bit my limited registration now. You can use the same period to compile
a new register.
And unless it be a no addition, no deletion, nothing, which nobody will in the commission will accept.
And even if we are to go with the old register and crana, there was somewhere limited registration.
Exactly.
To include Omu 18 for front.
Exactly. So there will be registration. So if we will do that, why don't we do this one?
But say no be because okay that limited registration no ebia ye hu nipa bebre sa massing up at the registration centers they say ebia ye new one
and for your information because of all this na covid kwama you know we decided that we need to break our polling stations into smaller units. In Tanzania, we're about 27,000 polling stations. We want to use getting to about 34,000 polling stations so that we reduce the numbers at each polling station.
Oh, okay. And then more than you may Google acquire dada.
Sanity. Now, me no can say there is recruitment in every way. That can say by training and registration.
Oh, you are done with recruitment?
Yes.
Field officers, Nina.
Yeah, we be every. Any police officer you can request for the list of people who have been recruited.
And you can training a mobile yama.
Sanity.
And ordinarily training it take how long?
Between 2 to 3 weeks.
2 to 3 weeks. Or more a winning contract not to bring in the equipment, you know. How far with them? Or what deliver?
As you know, because demonstration, I think. I'm on demonstrating the process. You know,
meaning, sir, the equipment are in.
Some of them, they are in batches. We've got this and we've got this.
On Asempa FM.
Oh, okay. Now, sir, a basana was somewhere. Even if you go with the new register now, you still have to do some test run any other no.
And I'm saying, you know, because here.
Now, sir, no, yeah.
The original ones, we are for the dated ones in our program.
Now, going on the field to do the test run, no. In this period, are restrictions near the one move there.
Oh, that I know you're and yet national one the letter when we can test it at areas now lockdown in.
Okay, one of our listeners or war amanone. No, I think or hey onu busa say what would then happen to the ROPA? Would the EC be ready to go outside the country to register people?
ROPA law in our parliament and empire
ROPA law.
Yes. So I new see constitution say maybe I say government
yes.
The parliament about government the ban what to do and what not to do.
Okay, and another CI so for the registration itself.
For any for eligibility criteria.
Yeah, eligibility criteria no. And also no say 21 days and so on.
And my specific date.
Okay. In that document in the shemu say a card mo be here any national ID card no any passport. And I say two people guarantee amount.
Sanity. But I mean now since 2016 now. They were in the law.
Yeah, but say and no 2016 na other forms of identification can ho ana me boa.
Sanity.
But more use other forms na film.
But then I know
oh yeah. I remember. Say NDC versus the Electoral Commission case now court now. Okay. I hear you. And Doc, not just for now, you eternity the Electoral Commission as it stands now, no, is still for compiling a new register. Nothing will change that position.
So as you know, can say there's anarchy. Now, we may come out with a moderate without any difficulty. In terms because Korea for emulation and run.
But I would say Korea, monitoring Korea, the levels of preparation, and I think so we share the kind of discipline who are the various polling stations now. And yet discipline by just because of COVID-19. You could see these are a group of people discipline is part of them. It's been part of the system. Hey, now when Omua eche eduanema vulnerable when how venues. Now you cannot possibly train Ghana for a registration.
At the polling station before you get there, we'll let you know what you're supposed to
do. Okay. Now, kwa say lawyer Samoku Jeto suggestion no ade a mo betimi de aye adwuma starting with areas I enka lockdown
and Makasa yam to the table to grant I wouldn't want to
comment on Asempa FM.
Okay. Mate.
Because normally if you be with uniformity as the criteria.
Yeah.
Then yes, selective issues in other. For now, no, in Kaya, council.
Obi sir Mimusa we or say good evening Obi. Please ask Doc, did South Korea compile a new voters register in this pandemic? What kind of logic is this? And these are okay. Or say South Korea and compile a register in this pandemic.
Obi, election day no. As you say, the 400 na politician na. Election day the ballot trouble. So the congestion will be more. As compared to registration, the same 400, not a more 5 days from the above, and number very reduced. You use that as a point.
Okay. In the meaning, sir, in the compilation, no, 10 days, no, you will not have so many people in a day.
And 10 days, 8 days.
8 days, yeah. The pressure is more on election day than registration. No?
So the election day in 1 day, but you have about 8 days to do it much chairman. And I'm going to that's sometimes divided putting station to smaller units into a form.
Oh, okay.
I'm fine for now. We want to hover around 800. The 800 are not divided by 8 now. We are talking about 100 people in a day. The plan here will be able to reduce the pressure. But I'm telling you, we are doing consultation.
Yeah. But say me go by mo timetable now mo de ba betu dwana. Unse mo ye say sanka mutimi start April 18th. April 18th nanka anka mo be wie registration by May 30th, right?
Yeah. To add, if you look at our program now, before COVID, now your program here was a better exhibition in September.
Yes.
Meaning that we have April, May, June, July, August to compile the register. And registration will take about 44 days.
Yes.
And then because by the end of the month, by the middle of next month, the Eggman, if we now before.
Okay, so and only the ideal situation I na ye bomb pie for. But say planning with the worst case scenario. And they say by the end of this month, by the middle of next month, that's in free. What do we do? And I think that's the fundamental question. It's
consultation. If then the amount for no but the way for her, we might say, all the options, then we'll look at what we can do.
Let me ask this final question, and we know me pay straightforward answer with your indulgence. Say, a bus all other things being equal, Yariano and contem said ye nyina bompire say be contem no. Na still our restrictions we were and confront me gather na ade. Emma kwan me new register. Would the Electoral Commission use the old voters register?
So, Marcus, even going by the old Asempa, we need to do limited registration.
Absolutely.
Yes, I will say, sir, we see old Asempa will be our 10-18, we should ignore them. I can't, so there can be yes or no answer. Depend because
Say Ebasa ya limited registration now. Will it be a fatal blow to the electoral process?
Well, my name is Waki. Can add to be versus Electoral Commission case in that. I don't know whether you heard it.
Okay, I would have to check.
Oh no, he was outside the country. And Oba and no, I say coach and say electoral teaching or court the entry. And the imagine the whole year also will be an election. Will be no court.
And come what may, there would be a registration of a sort.
That is, and that one I am more than 100% sure about that.
Wow, that would be really interesting. And the other things when they say a bus okay, election is 7th December, and then they said the constitution is clear on that. Unless, and I don't know, and not kind of a entrenched clause in the constitution,
I think the presidential one is entrenched.
Presidential any entrenched, good.
Yes.
And they would need a referendum to change it. And yes. Say the election, they maybe would have to have it on December 7th through whichever means possible. But good. But say Kokoba say ABI Ariano Adragiache. Na yentimi nye any form of registration, be it a new voters registration or limited registration. What would we do?
Then my question would be maybe my nomination. Because you see, election is a process, not an activity. And there should be registration, there should be exhibition, there should be nomination before voting. And it should be very difficult for me to stand here and say that you will from me. We'll be going contrary to the laws.
Yeah.
And then my answer.
The laws are made for men.
So in that case, then there shouldn't be any election at all. Now, here what will happen? We have to do it. We have to. Because the law says nomination. So if we assume they're saying nominations, then who will be the candidate?
Ekosiisen On Asempa FM.
That's a smart one. And the nominations no would be say parties not submitted say okay nipa we ni you know. Anna.
Not the parties. That's why I have independent candidates.
Yeah.
The law say if you are 40 years and you are Ghanaian and you are a voter, you qualify to contest as a presidential candidate. We are 21 years, we are Ghanaian, you qualify to contest as a parliamentary candidate. The law didn't add political party issues to it.
Yeah.
But by convenience, it's a party for sponsor. So when we are taking decisions that are not necessarily to be based on party. Individuals should also consider.
And the nomination now will count some brands and nomination by now okay.
Nomination to contest and the law and say not less than 90 days to an election. So not more than 90 days and not less than 30 days there should be nomination.
Okay.
And this is by law.
Okay.
Okay. Election is a process. If you are now,
Oh, okay. That's really interesting. What it means, they say what say onye new voters register, onye limited registration, emrane say your nomination. And they say onye baako there na e was say say onye ni nyina.
Man go say also your transfer, also your position na so na da ho. Also your transfer of vote not less than 40 days to a nomination period. Also, your transfer of vote no less than 40 days to an election. BBI that's all. And the lawyer, but some of the people advise among the food in the bar. Near compare with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then yet so simple to be a letter committee to out because we say no. Also in line with what the law says.
Yeah, and the bottom line is we cannot pick and choose. Say okay, ye registration, ye limited registration by ye nomination and as ye transfer of vote. And we cannot pick and choose, right?
Remember question. Ebia will be person of contest as parliamentary candidate.
Yes.
Will be in training in crowd. As me and here registration be now, we'll be called to say he intends contesting. We are denying him of his right. What do they do there?
Ekosiisen On Asempa FM.
That's an interesting one.
But the law says there, before you can contest, it should be a rated voter.
Absolutely.
And in the background, when you're not contest to Grampo, no go to contest. And the future,
Yeah.
Because I look at education call court was 2014. Our district assembly election, no. That the CI back for parliament on it.
Yeah.
And the European nomination, you close here a day before that day. I know. I see and by mature. Never was one no open you know. CI no parliament. He wanted to mature before he filed the nomination. And they were calling and said we have to throw everything away. Nomination in and print in the election called 2015.
Yeah, that's true.
And I don't think Bakonpo contesting, but I'm not sure.
That's true. I think
I think we piano. They are both too funny, and but the one who too funny, but no one have them done it. So, also in your registration, no, because there you want to contest. Now, I think if you are not a registered voter, you cannot contest. Until you are denying him.
But to cure some mischief, and yeah, nuntina. We decided say a continuous registration. So the be a yen one time. So this time you require registration. For which reason a bit my creative problem said ye we create What happened to continuous registration?
Limited registration and political party is a question and answer.
Asempa FM.
But for the sake of your listen to me, can we calculate? That is what the commission doing the Dr. Fajesta episode. The political parties want to say, because they continuous registration, it means also permanent agents and they cannot afford that, so they will not allow it to do the continuous registration as we had wanted to do.
The party said they will not allow you.
Yes. The law say the law. You know, I was like, I did we believe in consultation.
Yes.
There's a lot of things they reach my without consulting, but we consult me and take advice. But at the end of the day, the political parties have also an interest in the system. If you want to come in, you tolerate them to a certain level, but at a point in time, when it will not be fatal, you allow it. Because in a party for over. And the you want to be a full-time agent. What do we do?
No, but the point is, the law that empowers you to do continuous registration, it doesn't say it was a political party agent here present answer.
The law says that the agent should be there if they want to be there.
That's what the law says?
Yes, the law says at registration tenders and the private agent should be there. If they want to, if it's the only one they decide they will not be there, and I vote my car ahead. But if they say they want to be there, the law doesn't allow the
yeah, but now
they have to be certifying the end of day report now. They have to be certifying.
No, maybe no, a convention and I say a law because I want to be clear on that.
They should be
so the agent would have to be there.
Yes, they have to.
Which law na kasa? So
if you in CI 91, but at the regulation they are supposed to be there.
It's in the CI 91.
Yes.
Really, but per my understanding, no. So continuous registration Ekoswa, I should be able to enter.
Go further to we should agree with the political parties with the modalities. It's in the CI.
Ekosiisen On Asempa FM.
For which reason I say political parties in your case okay and EC registration on person or as captured in the CI no. The EC cannot go ahead and do it.
They can't continuous registration as an American. Continuous registration, the last on the modality with the political party.
That's for the continuous registration.
Yes, but the main registration, one can say, there no might be a modality. They should be there, but they didn't say that
for the main registration and so on, law neka say it was a party agent war.
The law always says that if they want to, and you're mandatory. But you cannot deny anybody who wants to be there.
No, if they don't want to and they claim say Yenisika to take care of agent, it is the same as saying
we are there. But we cannot stop them. Fine.
Yes, not
but
just
when the control registration now cannot, the law says we should agree with them on the modality.
Good. On the modalities, but the law doesn't say omunihwa. And which is a muntiming yet.
So, and I'm saying, agreeing on the modalities. In the modalities, how do you agree on it? You have to sit down and discuss. Don't see when you
Ekosiisen On Asempa.
And we should understand, sir, if all the parties agree on one standard, it's difficult for you to say no. It's only when they are then I'm talking about the modalities now. But all of them say it will be very expensive for them.
A disable is from doing the continuous registration.
Yes, it's what I would agree that the one but that I will not, that one cannot be classified as continuous in the technical term of it.
Yeah, but I think it's something we would have to look at because I know so now a creative problem because and KBI no why and we would not probably need
it will be go read the law national.
I'll go through the CI 90. Soft copy now. You can push it to me now. I'll go through it.
I can get it for you, but not now.
No problem. My say we'll find time and talk again. Now, I share other issues. This thing crossed my mind. I don't come. Me pese boost out. It escaped me honestly, but maybe I'll put it down now. Your nest in common. You to me. I think about
Ekosiisen On Asempa.
In the CI now a war parliament CI no. A woman say Nioma yebe here for identification a Ghana card.
Obi ana makasa no I will court in the member say
no and no crana me ba baby busa. Anya no crana me ba baby busa. CC as we speak, Osha National Identification Authority. At the last check, no so Matimia register nipa close to 10 million. How much? Say Basa compiling new register.
Currency and component passed in 2016. No, it was a requirement. No. And new requirement.
Yes, but now other forms of identification were CC a more year.
So other forms. So you can use passports or you can use guarantors.
Guarantors.
And at this time, you're increasing guarantors from 5 to 10.
Guarantors, no.
First, now you cannot guarantee for more than 5 people.
Okay.
Now, see, you can guarantee up to 10 people.
Yeah, but the guarantors no should also be registered as an ometimia guarantee, me boy.
And the bear snowball effect.
But that's where the challenge would be. But very well, ma yen fancy. You best answer the Komobi. Why, doc? Ekosiisen On Asempa. Dr. Cerebro Kweku, Director of Electoral Services for the Electoral Commission. Make us say, Dr. Bernardo Koboy. Ababa be cancer studio and the can catch them say more questions are more for COVID-19 and where we are or how to respond to all your questions. We fresh from vetting committee Grelin Enra and Ababa be cancer studio ha enche mo better and can answer no ma minfa we mu in then I'll come back to your messages and then my Dr. Bernard Okoboy ho minim say yebekwa pram no okay we might have to do that God willing tomorrow. Agbeve Herbal Hospital the Mona soap the Mona cream aba ni nyina eboa pa wonya bia ebetimi aboa na wodi dware na wodi nku na sra ene ye wo Agbeve Herbal eno no malaria how we dro no ye wo Agbeve tonic ena Agbeve balm eno nso no o de balm no etwitwi oba bi ye wo ya Agbeve tonic ne nso mo amubu mo nsa mote ya wo ye oba onum bia ebo adwuma brutal men Canada me ba so wasi ufie na wi na e wasa wo tiles o pese wo tiles no ejina so na wa ye wura ufie a na ye hu say yes akwa ato tiles eno no uhia say wo ne Saint Gobain Weber ebedi enkomo Saint Gobain Ghana omode a Weber call aba na unim say Saint Gobain they are the world's leader in building materials for the past 355 years and they've introduced Weber call a wide range of tile, cement and grout to ensure good and quality work for your building project. They are also present in over 70 countries worldwide. They provide construction solutions such as concrete admixtures, technical repair mortars, swimming pool solutions, plasterboard installations and many more. Visit Saint Gobain Ghana. It was Spintex Square, number 80 Spintex Road, Accra, near the Ghana Cylinder traffic light opposite Lifestyle Gallery, or call them on 0540 123 533 0540 123 533 for bulk purchase and distribution. Weber, or see we care. COVID-19 lockdown no ama mumu bebre na e wo fie ebia wadwen be wo se banks nyina atom me pa chew exempt citizens ebitima kwa adwuma the bankers eka ho Ecobank se memfanto anim se Accra ha within the greater Accra area no yenso ye one lockdown no anase restrictions defense minister so person be use lockdown and there restrictions no Ecobank head office ye bie from 8:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. Ecobank Tema Main, Ecobank Hospital Road, Ewatema, Ecobank Spentex, Ecobank ANC, Ecobank Abekala Pass, Ecobank Silver Star Tower, Ecobank Usu, Ecobank Madina, Ecobank Dansoman, Ecobank Wager, and Ecobank Kaswa. Muamu Kumasi metropolitan area, and it's President Yusuf word was it contiguous district. Kumasi metropolitan area and its contiguous district, no Hapa Road, Ecobank, Ebie, Bantama Ecobank, Bie, and a stadium branches so Ebie. Banking operations in all other regions no remain unchanged. Yeah, branches are what Takra, you want Navrungu, you Tamale, and all the other regions that ye be as normal time ye be no. Quite apart from we no Ecobank ATMs in yeah juma all our payment platforms and digital channels so yeah juma and transact on Ecobank digital and limit the use of cash 24/7 up as all free you toll free line 3225 and so bit me afre. Thank you for choosing Ecobank. Ecobank is the Pan-African bank. Mama Dr. Okoboy Akwaba na muhu so wa na matwa so Dr. Bernard Okoboy MP Lejokuku constituency deputy health minister designate as we speak still the board chairman of Kolebu Teaching Hospital until maybe Friday a result ebeba na yehu said enoma esi echo doc Akwaba net saying
Obi.
Maybe my member last one encounter. The official government spokesperson.
Obi.
Bibi aboko de.
I feel never complete. Bibi complete. Obi. Yankuba do bibi aboko. Say e training na minya wo ha ntino.
Yes.
Say onse me ko bi na ye ko ye me grilling na. I say udie na wo ye me ni bia expanding. Nti na we make us na Asempa these interactions and also train unconsciously about how to deal with questions,
answer interview questions.
Exactly. Say free here feedback. Say no anka hano we ni see then we kakra. So through that it makes you better. And Yankupon Edanas any motive for the multimedia team minim say mumpayabo ewomechi. Fantastic.
I think it was a good show, Enra. I mean, as a young man, I was so proud because and I'm not make catch Obi say because I operate in the political space as a host of a political talk show. No, I can only cite examples of politicians, and young politicians are a blazy trail, no, for others down there. And your name will come up strongly, Dr. Bernard. And we make under 40s, no, young politicians under 40. And Dr. Bernard Okoboy. And now make kind soji tete right up, no, at age 25, and Uwe Medical School, right?
But it's 27.
Oh, 27 Uwe Medical School.
Yes.
Okay. And Obey a member of parliament at age saying.
I won the election at age 34.
At age 34.
But I was sworn in at age 35. No, okay. Sorry, I was sworn in at age 34.
34.
Yes.
So swearing in was in January.
Yes.
And our birth month here.
Birthday 25th of January.
25th January, okay. So it is swearing in by Ansana Woody 35. Okay, and I'll be a board chairman of Kolebu at age 37, right?
I think so. That was 2018.
2018, right? Yeah. 2018. That should be age 37. And I think in the history of Kolebu, when I had the youngest board chair,
Exactly. Sir.
Wow. And yes, those are some of the examples. Said na make of young people under 40 AD Juma. And I mean Dr. Okoboy, Kojo Opon Nkrumah, Sami Jemfi, Samia Uku, Nanabi, a lot of these young guys, Juma. What's it? Pablo, yes, Pablo.
Say Chief Bani, they were 50 years. Until
Asempa FM.
Chief Bani were under 40 there. I don't know. And for all the young men and women in the political space, especially in the corporate world, those who are young guys under 40 doing some amazing stuff. But I'm limiting myself
Ekosiisen On Asempa FM.
It's why we all need mentors. You need a mentor. And another make us baby make us say ubetime achire how you twi car. Unim say bi mo omo atimi sua car without going to a driving school. Ubetime sua how you twi motor on your own. Ubetime sua how you twi bicycle on your own. But untimi nchire how you twi aeroplane. No, that's not possible. And if you want to be a high flyer in life, you need a mentor. And so when young people say and learn from them. I know that I have a lot of people who look up to me, to Dr. Okoboy, and some of the names are mentioned. And some of us were inspired watching you yesterday at that vetting committee. It was good. And congratulations.
Obi, Yakupo show me that's papa.
And okay. What is that? Chief Biner said, above 40, my deputy minister must be careful. In the by the ND for a under 40 and above 40, let's know. Are you above 40 or under 40?
My pegging at 50. And this is the only way to move. What do you come
anyways, but of course, I mean the feeling around the table and any parliamentary correspondent say what they are picking up nature say overwhelming endorsement for you to go through Nyameya Adomwa or China Friday. So China na Parliament I call back to see that report will be ready. But we are picking say a very overwhelming endorsement at the amount. Sitting, of course, when we know your colleagues in Parliament, but sitting before them we move questions, no, not feeling it saying was it unusual and as not a normal amount.
Yeah, Obi, I think first of all, no mami minchi for you na mean that Ghana for you especially the partial lockdown areas, Greater Kumasi, Greater Accra, and its contiguous.
Asempa FM.
Obi, Obia, Eya Otabena, o Obesia, Brofo Kasano pa, President Nana, Adanko Ekufadu. Now, only say miso growing up, no, na me Obia, me pay the English language. I wanted to be good at it. And me be penyibi na me bisa no say, what do I do to be good at it? And also read more. Now, only say me watch it, say president, this is not a candidate or bachebia. Once a while, because I know.
Ekosiisen On Asempa FM.
All the time, or books on in chain. Either fiction or as a story, it can be, you know, and you see him or fun in Yamana. One of the things I can't the bag one I book and book. And he professor we also must learn. Now inspiring. Now one thing about me say any person I meet, I'll be use a particular word for the first time. I never forget him in my lifetime. So me tell that word now, me trace it back to the person because me exactly. So we must all learn to read. Now, Obi, me person me da my info. No let you kuku teshi, me supporting me. Former mayor Ajiri Blanksy, Obaho, Obeboami, me da nasi papa. Former acting Greater Accra chairman Alfred Ball. In fact, regional chairman Divine, Honorable Divine Agohum, on one kasa Shishem Krofua, on Mubaba Tamichi as a regional party, no, na me wife, me brother-in-law, I don't know share me or university, brother-in-law from year 1 to year 7.
Ekosiisen On
Asempa
Asempa
fees. Enti onu mi fa ne ndi agro kra.
Wow.
Ozi mi kofa me busa ni ba onu na me kofa ba. Enti enra na otamechi eni mi big sister. Enti tashifo nyina na enra nka omudi kan omu ye omu so mbese omu enko carnival and march from Teshi to Jubilee House. Any parliament and I'm poor macho. Say lockdown in no. Yen defense activity no. Nyankupa dum omutie mi. Enti lejokuku a Teshi for with the omu nyina ase. Obi enra uhwe se na interview no call na na mi ankasa no ade a mi gitum say my colleagues no omu be pay clarity on a few things. Which will be to say me brother Sammy. Presec no so boa me. Obi presec no boa me papa because omo questions to me ha adwen no. Na luckily for me no omo call presec.
Omo nyina call presec oh.
Enti I say association members from catch am say munye munyama ye. Enti eno so call boa ye papa. Enti say question no anu ye denounce enye ya. Enye ya. Akuje na anu ye denye ya. Enti it was good. Ena Obi less bakuso mission and say udi nkrofo wo fear but modern nafa as many as much as many of them as possible NTA parliament na yewo no me try my best not to be too antagonistic into usha ebe din say obe say me do bi wo ntokwa nti esa na nipa no sebi or yi emotions free mu na or the wa daily on the issues na enra usha honorable one Edrisu. The questions in we I say draw enyum. Because the question I be sound one answer no short na ko kasa be ho metro. Na sometimes na honorable minister education na po ono ma sign. Say we enka bebre we gitum na wo ko enim. Inte dre be bon say na kasa I will. I would. Yes I do. Aha, and you me free boni mu. E ma bibia ye kama. Enti obi largely no ma who say na it was going on for long. In fact, your point na my info ni me nyon mu say doctor, I don't know marathon me say how many hours? 4 hours. We say oh. Na me free say 1.5 hours. Enti otiwa say adrenaline no was so. Enti obi and I'm Ghana for It
was really good. It was really good. And maybe young guys under 40
Ekosiisen On Asempa
referees Ami Okuje to Blakwa. No you meet with Legon.
Yes.
Yeah, we're in Legon together.
Son of man.
Former Nooks president Sami Okuyeta Blakwa also doing so well. My name say Felix Kwachio Fosu. Felix should also be under 40.
Yes,
I stand to be corrected,
Felix,
but if he is under 40, then he's also doing some amazing job. Chief Baine said he will be 42 May 28th. No, we're 42.
Now, you see the power in accusations. Especially unsubstantiated accusation. Anka enye 50 na me be 2 anka. Anka one I won't say over 42. Enti bi channel.
That's great. Ekosiisen Suni. Enti Dr. Okoboy is in our studios and yes, fresh from the vet and then the Ebene say more questions are more about where we are. Your case count now. Any cause for worry, any some community in the COVID-19. He's here to respond to all your questions. Inti monfa messages no emre na afi yenhwe ne musano emamo. Bell malt and so drink am pese wunye bi esifie. Inti your Bell malt original, Bell malt choco, Bell malt
Ekosiisen On Asempa FM.
A mouth that cold, nutritious feel. De papa se wunye bi esifia eboa nkwala ni je ho mpanyifo ani je ho vitamins B ewo mu sei po nti wunya no ma otu ze honam no ejina so kama opedodo etu a Frebel beverages e was 0544 335 800 now no one winning komo insurance ne so o car insurance no Provident Insurance na yenye ma Mr. Provident Insurance claim ne time so a konebra bi anim e pinking cry na yetua wo claim the amount. Now, you insurance, ebia a for crafting, na wakwaya, we are a chawadi, a car for frokoya, yabema free fuel coupons, yabema branded Provident souvenirs, nina free way draw bien in raffle bien me pink and crying, we are near them instantly. Insurance, so a woo, koneko renew. ko renew insurance na ewo Provident Insurance na yemmoa and until you kasa with Provident man you are covered. Phones papa na wo pe atom Franco Trading Enterprise and they omo the TV aba and the mobile phones nya ba utrim say menkoto mobile phones e din ba ko pe na wo say hitel Franco Trading Enterprise. Your branches edoso uko online I betima download your app no Franco Trading Enterprise app e Google Play Store and App Store or the app no or danioma and as for your website e ko your orders e wo ho a your amount 30% discount 30% discount. Na ya seen deliver ma bibia wo bia and the channel so am I your branches no e bia wo no mpe abefo so pese wa wonante kwa your branches as a lockdown e twemu a o kwa your branch you will be wa Dabraka Roxy Cinema bus stop wa Accra UTC roundabout behind the Spite Building La Paz near Boy Junction opposite Prudential Bank Cycle so you ben Odo Rice Osu yene Ecobank din hwene mu Oxford Street Tema we are opposite the Waterworks or Community 1 Oko Madina Old Road opposite HFC Bank Hacho opposite Hacho Station Koforidia on the All Nations University College Road Ho Market Road opposite the Megashi Building and Akaswa opposite the Kaswa Polyclinic Fraying L0546 133 188 now in the Enkomo Consolidated Bank Ghana so say and the ebia wutifie now we pay easy way be out your banking transactions in one nante enko bank because lockdown te bia wuntimi mpie enko bank e wo mu se wo ko bank akoyi sika de a akwanya ne da ho se wo betimi akọ ba won pese wo be go through sa stress ni nyina wo de dafie fa mobile phone once how ye CBG customer no fa mobile phone na dial star 924 hash star 924 hash.
Ekosiisen On
Asempa dial
FM.
star 924 hash. Ubetimi a transfer sika every account mu the aye the opesa wudi ye bia ubetimi to airtime ubetimi to our bills ubetimi a check your account balance sika your account mu all by dialing star 924 hash star 924 hash. And you can do all your banking transactions without necessarily going to the bank. And stay home and stay calm and stay safe. And no, says CBG, we stand with you. Your discussion segment we could see so Yara Ghana Boy, Bank of Africa, Las Palmas Food Center, and Awake Mineral Water, Giddy syrup and capsules and so. Day discussion segment. Our guest, Dr. Bernardo Koboy. Wait, Obi, ask Dr. Koboy, how many days does it take Noguchi to give out a test result of a COVID-19 case? First question, Doc.
Yeah, Obi, Noguchi can do. We have the normal PCR and we have real-time PCRs.
Okay.
The real-time ones can even give you in less than an hour.
Less than 1 hour?
Yes.
No,
yes, a real-time PCR.
Okay.
But I think the normal one, the traditional one, the results are usually ready within 24 hours.
Asempa
24 hours.
Yes, within. Usually you can get it under 12 hours or at worst within 24 hours. Yes.
Because PCR is specifically for COVID-19.
In fact, PCR, the full when you polymerase chain reaction.
Okay.
Now, a machine what the capacity to multiply viruses in many forms so that a better may identify no.
Okay.
Now it can be used for you have to configure it for a particular virus based on the reagent you are using.
Okay.
So it can be used for an array of tests, including the
COVID-19.
Exactly. In fact, about even a friend is saying DNA testing. You can't DNA testing.
Yeah.
Usually it's the PCR
Asempa
machine.
FM.
So it's a very sophisticated machine
Equipment.
equipment. Very, very sophisticated.
In the apart from PCR machine, are there maybe less complicated equipment and also
Yes. My research shows we have a machine they call the Gene Expert machine.
Gene Expert machine.
Gene Expert,
Okay.
which usually is used for what we refer to as AFB, acid fast bacilli. I had a test for tuberculosis.
Okay.
To identify the tuberculous bacterial organism.
Ekosiisen On Asempa FM.
But apparently, you can calibrate and configure the Gene Expert machine
Okay.
to do testing of the
COVID-19.
COVID-19.
Oh,
So
okay.
the state, Ghana Mine, is going through some of the motions to get those Gene Expert machines. And no doso or chroma chain. the PCR machine. Yes,
in the ones we recalibrate,
yes, increase your testing capacity. But if you share a few figures we share the testing capacities of nations.
Yes.
The leading nation is Germany, which is doing about 50,000 tests a day.
Every day.
They are doing another 50,000 tests.
Asempa FM.
UK is doing under 10,000, between 9 and 10,000 a day.
Okay.
Ghana, if you look at the period, over the period, from the first day I had COVID, they started test up to now. It's about 34, 35 days.
Okay.
We've done a total of 50,719. If you divide the 50,000
by 30 days,
by 35 days, you are getting an average of 1.4K. That's 1,400 tests a day.
Every day.
It's impressive. It's impressive in a sense. You have to compare the tests to the population. So we have a population of
30
about
million.
Yes. So Germany has about 80 million, which is about 3 times our population. So to be fair, you have to divide the 50 they have by 3. So that it nears our population in terms of ratio. And so it's impressive. But still, it's not kind. We are looking at how to bring others on board. So let's start here. Now it was only Noguchi and KCCR. And now we've brought a reference lab, Ekolibo, and also year test.
Okay. We
are trying to rope in. Apparently, we have a PCR machine also in University of Cape Coast.
Oh, okay.
And UHAS, University of Health and Allied Sciences. Apparently also has a machine.
Asempa FM.
It's a PCR.
Okay.
I had the polymerase chain reaction.
Okay.
So, Obi, collectively, these are some of the positives of the COVID era. Am I building a capacity? Infrastructure, yes. Yeah. Laboratory infrastructure for future use as well. Because most of these machines don't only do COVID necessarily. Now it means doing DNA testing would be easy. Yes.
Yeah.
Or 100% on your DNA, just to know your background and all that, you can have access. So that's what I have to say about it.
And I think I saw somewhere on Facebook. Okay, I think Sami Okujeto Blackwa page now or donate machine be to Bato Hospital.
Yes.
And he says that machine be to my COVID test.
Say, Missy, I was sending me some of them.
Okay.
Now, only say, Obi, we're gonna official government spokesperson, local soon idea when you Minister Nim. And there are some documents and common the locals to start them anymore. So if Nyankopa Domna you cut through the motions now, these are some of the things that my boss.
But is that machine no a PCR way?
It's not a PCR machine, but it's at the level of about the gene expert machine.
Okay.
A machine now, based on the calibration, it might have the capacity to do some of these things. So it can be looked at. But one thing so I say, in medicine and laboratory practice, there will be a gold standard.
Yeah.
And Sebi Obinya stroke. Now person share the cause on the tumor. Ultra X-ray and CT scan will give you an idea of what is happening in the brain.
Yeah.
But even there are things like MRI machine, which is magnetic resonance imaging.
Yeah.
And we the gold standard.
Okay.
Just the highest machine. I remember the resolution and the details you need. Exactly. You bet me the ultrasound scan. I try to leave a picture. Message you can't compare to the CT scan. And a CT scan the also our form chair MRI. So in every procedure you are the highest one in reliability. Just the waka che wono. So reliability ni high.
Yeah.
Sana laboratory practice who use PCR machine na a tester. The reliability no high.
Okay.
Che a rapid test. Who say be maka say oyembie mu na yo rapid test be no ofie kra o to be checking out. Yes. And no sebio although et betimi am some idea in terms of testing the reliability no nti say the PCR machine. And at the young person will get caught in the friend false positive.
Yeah.
So obi akoye test no say ubale jokuku amayemi there 140 na positive. Obi it is possible say rapid test looking for antibodies for COVID.
Yeah.
Ebia because of the level of sensitivity, antibodies for adenovirus, maybe we're picking positive. Rhinoviruses, now cause the cold symptoms. Now we're picking even corona crown, where you friend novel corona. Brofocra novel just a new. Man novel because in you no more you see that and there are many coronaviruses around. So for good reason, Tina, I buy M-Pesa pre no I expand the Sebi, I go into other realms. No, reliability might not be like the PCR testing. No Gucci case any reference lab. And so be debate Ekoso. Na me pacho, and yes, we are stiff. If you nya kits beer, you can benchmark. You will be able to benchmarking. Over for samples, 100 are positive from Noguchi. Now I use be kits test or the other. Now I test actually say I hear now or no confirm me from Noguchi. I'm not even benchmarking. Okay. Enti say samples are ediko Noguchi. Once out of 50,790, only 1.3% Nyankupando Morgana and air positive, which comes to the 641, right?
41, yes.
Obi, you can present all these samples to Obi Okita a test kit. Maybe out of 50,000, or more year negative. You can say about 50,000 year negative. Obi to me they are more be or the kits aba. No one on the positives in Kakra. So on testing we are doing benchmarking. Say about neck or bunny say even the air found in negative no or no my positive. No one say assemble. But benchmarking Obi kit. Now unya close to 99% and 98%. It means ubetimi consider although it's a test a rapid test kit. So one shot you should not be driven by the commercial benefit or the convenience benefits. Convenience is instead of samples be back on Noguchi no yen two engumwe na no utina adabaka crowd to me. The benchmarking must be done first. Benchmarking what is say your report say some of the samples are go Spain or more state report say no you know kids no be every China by and we am false positive obi na the yani say false positive say ready this over people say already false positive no be nim say false positive now the four country ko world statistics no one say people say eraser no you man we can you say who dey managing sa na one
of our listeners in the US send them a story. We say labs are testing 100,000 people each day for the coronavirus, and that's still not enough. And apparently, US is now doing probably more than Germany.
Yes.
As per any panel, we are or they are banner. Into US maybe now are doing more in terms of daily testing than Germany. Into Shamo Yadase on USA. Well, it's a good evening, bro. I'm listening to you live in Takrade. Please extend my regards to Dr. Okoboy, Nathaniel Ni Teiko Chawi. Or Rock FM in Takrade. Dr. Ochiao, Nathaniel Ni Teiko Chawi. We say, Obi, kindly ask Honorable, how true are these allegations that 5G network is causing COVID-19? Is that what is our theories now? But it's now a huge debate out there. And I don't know, say, who have thought on that. But we say, good evening, bro. Send my lovely congratulations to Dr. Okoboy for his new position as a young COVID-19 man as an inspiration to the youth. Obi, do you know that Dr. Okoboy earlier in the 2016 elections was doing politics in
Ekosiisen On Asempa FM.
Consultation room now. Politics where Ekins Ofori, NDC Communications Officer, Ebuakwa South.
Obi, where I come, I'll share some interesting stories.
Asempa FM.
But before I come to the 5G,
yes,
Maminka. Dr. Nawani's story, I'll say it. Madam Fu. But Obi, quick one. Anytime I'm ever on the show, I always want to use some 1 minute to acknowledge the heroes of this COVID war. There are many of them, but every time I'll cite a few. So, Buffer Stock CEO, Hanan, is also one of the young politicians. They have a very bright future. Wahab Hanan. In fact, Obi, the supply chain are all managed to make sure dry food, that's canned fish, oil, gari, call to churches. Any organizations are it's a very impressive job. Now I didn't know him much, Obi. This season now, because of the COVID battle, no, comfort me frame. You need to bring or you're doing draw friend within hours. Now, sa catchment area, you see almost on your supply. And whoever is listening on Asempa or encouraging, such people are front line in quote. One shot when you call hospital by a young comfort say Hanan buffer stocks you and Obi one shot now and go for a come ever be more chromano. It might be more than those who are dying from the virus. My sister, Cynthia Morrison, so Obi, even Sunday, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. at an office. Who calls it now? Because gender ministry, although they've had some challenges, my own videos and all that, Obi, they are doing their best. So I'm sure say Diani will go to the vulnerable. Now, over the ministry, sometimes soldiers never come you from down. And compared to me, by the ministry, I say, I come to 8 p.m. I come to home, to bring Obi. Who did they grow? Obi or tough for who have found do Kolibun Tema, they will lose their lives. And she's doing her best. And our chief of staff and so, and there will be frames or 2 ventilators. Our person often supported the COVID war. Now, nobody catch me straight. Say, Sebio, why you impressed by chief of staff ni demeanor and any composure in these times. And or person personally, no, on best of best will be answer. This is a chief of staff. And Obi, if you are in my choirs send a name on one share bed because they are forming the COVID trust fund. Our moon as say. Now, so if I will say, because of Madam Mrs. of Fremaupa, a Jumo this or no G, anyway, Obi, me coffee and me could drink quite a many ventilators, no, Emmanuel. And lawyer Jerry Ahmed. He's also one of the fine, young, very fine politicians. CEO of Coastal Development Authority. Obi say, Obi on the master. Me your coastal MP. Now there are a lot of projects. Upa. I want to say 2 minutes. Ebisu. Jerry Ahmed. Also, in fact, recently, traditional authorities no more Gamashi Choco. Unza na say yes Obi call Choco catcher boy youth ni say. Mun call them. Onim de oka amuka ebi mukai. A committee no more abonti. Na me da Jerry Ahmed as he say, I learned food. Kakra so they are beginning to comply. And Obi, these are the people Kakra. I'll continue to mention them anytime I come on the show. As for Ga East workers here, Yankupon, Ga East Hospital, more isolation center, no Yankupon Koso and Shao. No, all health workers, from the cleaner to the consultant. We salute them.
Ekosiisen On
before
Asempa
COVID, Yenya first case say Obi the positive backroom her. I know my colleagues, health workers, they have the knowledge and the commitment to take care of them. Now, Ebola time no, Yenya case be na say Ebola, eche na see a Lassa fever. Eche krano, you won't say it was not Lassa. It was just a hemorrhagic fever. Che say obia or moja or fever. I be been causing. But the point is that in Kofaya train no more Tama General in how to confront Ebola. They stood their grounds, managed this patient, took care of him, but unfortunately the patient lost their life. And Amika of Parliament says, "Sana as a corona case, bow my way more Ghana for Besham." And I'm proud to see Ghanaian doctors, Dr. Ali Samba Kolibu, Honorary Director of Medical Affairs. He is the one managing or heading the case management team in the COVID war. Now Ali Samba, Obia on Nimno. One of the finest medics in this country. Consultant obstetrician gynecologist. Now, by a case management, I don't know sure say the standards are being met, the protocols are being met. Mr. Lituno, they say COVID into Kolibukra adding. Now, these are the people are the right at the front, the battle.
Ekosiisen On Asempa.
Obi. 5G network.
Share 5G.
Yes.
In sense, it's an interesting theory. I've tried reading about it, but the more I read, the more confused I get. But I remember my doc breaking it down. Plus, some of the other questions amumu bi no de aba bebre and amode aba ye de mu nyina asese motie yen Dr. Okoboy ewa ha nti after this short break mama me be sima me no me ba doc will deal with 5G and then I ask the other questions now you're making progress Ekosiisen suni hi Asempa FM stay with us.
Gilly Gold Pharmaceuticals, their Drobia Bar, your friend Giddy Power Male Vitality, Food and Drugs Authority, Ashishem, Nawajia to Muse, Eya Habedro Project.
Me a Bama and a midi one dancing. Giddy Power Male Vitality, a boy, a CSA, a man, DJ Bessie, a meme, a Sampatia, you should Giddy Power Male Vitality, never boy. Open a Giddy Power Male Vitality, our mame, Rastors, and a herbal shops name, Nemum Kayo, some meme did said do what and a trip and a Betty Giddy Power Male Vitality. Giddy Power Male Vitality. A 100% herbal. Afe at to form for Menintre Gilly Gold Pharmaceutical. Asylum down Accra. And Alfred 0268 988000 and 0302250939. Giddy Power Male Vitality. Bring the power back. Giddy Power Male Vitality. A memedro.
Don't come here. Don't come me. Don't come mealy, don't come millet, don't come me wah.
Franco Trading Enterprise at the up to 30% cool discount deal. And the Emma war, depending on what you buy.
Phones, accessories, tablets, flat screen, TV, laptops, and all printers. Brand Franco Trading Enterprise, just sort it out.
And when you download the Franco app, Google Play Store, ne place the order, near my good discount, cool job.
And your papa in now, Pebia, when Franco branches in Yadada, Brownie Mobi, your new branches, UTC roundabout or our Despa building at Chihuahua, La Paz, near New Boy Junction, opposite Prudential Bank, a new branch on them, after circle or door rise, opposite EcoBank branch, our Osu Oxford Street, Tama, Waterworks, and in one of my Franco, our
Ebisu Madina, Hacho, Koforidia, Ho, and Kaswa, and our friend 0302 225651 and a 0546 133188.
Franco Trading Enterprise, sell from Papa Fee, and you're not going.
Yara Ghana,
Ekosiisen On Asempa FM.
And I'm sika me nye free me harvest mu afinti. Yara beta papa no. Mira. Yes or no.
Afe na ye be yesika for pa.
Yes via. Eja mutiri nko. Ye dance.
Okrani bia da yeso na ba mu amamu no. Na me so me de ni metumi edu sam pempenso we.
Se what say meka Yara beta crop lift bow.
Ai.
Eya foliar fertilizer. Fertilizer e what nutrients. It is NPK, e be zinc ne boron. Ya ebuama and rabaya suyi.
Wobet the Yara Vita egugu crops ahodo te say tomatoes, meko, mango, ekutu ni cereals so.
Me wife kura ni mu. Ala simple. Yara Vita wo huna enye ya. Wobet me the afra agrochemical foforo e dia boss spray. Age herbicides. Any weedicides pe en enka ho. Waya Yara Vita. Say the be fertilizer no kura betimi awura leaves anasa haba no nyina mu amobia ayi na dwuma yie.
Na menye bia to he.
Wobenya Yara Vita crop lift bow. Ewo accredited dealers. Ghana for Nanyina. Dodo Afre Yara Ghana 0302 779 854.
Water gives life. Water is life. Enjoy the pure, refreshing taste of Awake purified drinking water, which comes in a uniquely designed bottle.
Ekosiisen On Asempa FM.
Water is your perfect way to stay hydrated. And remember, for every bottle you buy, an amount will be donated to the National Cardiothoracic Center, Ghana. Awake purified drinking water, one for life.
For bulk purchase, contact 0262 351 251.
Las Palmas, oh, Las Palmas. Se die obia diatum sabeduan papa a de na wodi womudia Las Palmas Food Center enfinhie duonu ni 20 years and Las Palmas Food Center some Ghana this year. Las Palmas Food Center ewo nuane bi te sefufuo omutuo ambesie ene Ghana nuane bebre wo mo sanso wo enkwan pa bi te se aponchi nkwan ebunabunu nkwan papa bi eni pie keka ho emu be na wo pe jollof wache fried rice and plain rice Ubenya bi our Las Palmas Food Center. Shisha Las Palmas Food Center. Achimota and Crane Sawam Quantum so La Paz, Dansuman, Circle, Accra Central,
Madina,
Kaneshi, Abeka, Sansona Kumase, Las Palmas Food Center, Awa Dum Pampaso, Asafo VIP, and
Ekosiisen On Asempa
291-558 and 0244-233-341. Las Palmas Food Center, Adriana Papa Fee.
Abra yeguswa de nkabom ekwetia COVID-19 yi. Ecobank ema wa kwanya hodwa. Wo de betena fie. Abo ho ban na watumi de usikasem ahyewa wonsem. Fa Ecobank mobile didwa bebia ne abrebia. Se wo Ecobank account ana woni bie. For text message ana email so forma ne sika. To credit, to our bills. Abra wuti fie edwodwo ho. Se ye sika puduo na oni ye didwa. For your internet banking no so. Ecobank QR code ma okwan ma ofa abefu siketua kwan so. Etua niema no dwumadi Woodwalker, one for Sikapotin, Entia, Chi Ecobank Mobile, and Neya will Google Play Store, App Store, and I am Facebook page, and now was star 770 hash, and will phone BR so. Nasha see Dija, Ecobank, General Home, Kaisa Obama Quine, Adaunia for frontem, Eata Horo and Sa, and Afi, and phone San Kiko and him, we hear Webia, Fre Ecobank Contact Center, or 3225, Debia, and Yabribia, won't Yashi, Snefina Bo,
Ekosiisen On Asempa FM.
Amanfo agbavetonic ni agbavebam na mate ho dance die no ayi adwuma pa o
ye de kan nyina wa wo frunum agbavetonic ensesa be na abo apomdirimu
asiesie mama manya hoden foforo kra sesei agbavetonic adaroma esuo me honam nya me ya bie
o tro faros me dance na ja brochire amanfo muti yo agbavetonic kutie koko
agbavebam nso sasabro ukotodwe usisi wo de agbavebam twitwi so a shim ahotonko a
ahotampa agbavetonic ene agbavebam
Paswampa enam ayadwuma papa
Agbabe Herbal Center ya wo so wutum en woye e ma wa fafuru abato mo manufo ne mo afra wo ni mfie dumienu de won ka ho e wo Herbal Chemical Pharmacy Shops etifo afra 0246 598 256 and 020 813 0790
Agbabe tonic ne agbabe balm
oh yare ebeko kra
FD ahwehwe saa ejedi enkrato yi mu agye atomu se eye
Minia ba ne minia bema ye woniema enso a WHO World Health Organization ahwehwe se wo ye saa nioma ya wo de bebo ho ban free coronavirus yare yi ho de di kan hohoro nsa ye fasamna ne ensuo a fi pipe mu ba fa hohoro nsa be 20 seconds na se bi
Ekosiisen On Asempa FM
etoso mienu se obebo wa na se obenwansi a menua mepacho fe tissue na wansi gum na hwehwe baby a wobetimi ato atwene na ankoma wo nua bi yare se woni tissue a mesro wobetimi anwansi egu abetimi etoso miensa mesro woni obi bon komo na especially nipa kro bo wa na so anwansi a no wo fever echese bi nipa kro wo bi mesro twe ho fi ne ho be 1 meter ye toso 9 eya amfa wonsa enkeka wani